I'll work at it. Work.
Hey, what's going on, everybody?
What's up?
How's it going? It is the Permanent Relegation Podcast. I am Andy.
Chris.
As usual, we'll get to our guests here in just a second. We got some scarves over there.
Yeah, man.
Big shout out, as usual, to Global Scarves for creating our scarf, official Permanent Relegation scarf. You can get those for $20.
Right.
You can come here during watch parties. You can find us at the game. The cool thing about it is that
even if you want to go online, we got a few left to order. I'll send them out to you. So the big deal right now is we're taking 100% of that proceeds, and it's going to Playworks Indie under the Ayman Zayed rule.
Yes.
Are you guys familiar with the Ayman Zayed rule? Do you know what it is?
Yeah, I think I've heard about it. I've heard of it. It's when he was in
Libya.
Yeah. International players.
So Gaddafi reigned, right?
Yeah.
So he wanted to play for a particular team, and basically Gaddafi's like, "No, you're going to play here." So his whole thing was, no child should ever be told that they don't have an opportunity to do what they want to do. So from then on, that's just kind of been a big thing. So whenever he scores a goal, there's a donation. He's been getting some bricks finally, and so for us though, we said, let's take it one. We have our bucket over here for that. But we decided, look, we'll sell our scarves, and all money is going to go to that because Playworks Indie gives children that may not have the opportunity to get into sports, gives them that opportunity, and it's a big deal.
That's awesome. Yep. That's awesome. I mean,
so all proceeds are going to go to the Ayman Zayed rule,
right, which goes to Playworks.
Yes, correct. And then of course we're live at Chatham Tap in Fishers. Is
this your first time in here, guys?
Yeah, my first time.
Yeah.
Very big soccer bar. You typically voted one of the best soccer bars in the country, as you can see by all the scarves and jerseys. Omar's Arsenal jersey strategically placed right over his head.
But then there's a Real Madrid scarf right above it over there, so that's perfect too.
Oh man, it's good for him.
I don't see a Tottenham Hotspurs.
Yeah, man, it's actually on the other side.
Yeah, it's on the other side.
They just hide it.
Yeah, it's right directly behind you. The top
there.
one right over behind you.
There.
Yeah, you need to highlight the best team in Europe. They need to put it right in the entrance.
Well, there's a Real Madrid one right up there.
Yeah, that's the best team in Europe.
What's Real Madrid?
That's the best
team. I
team.
don't know. I'm a United fan, so.
You said best team in Europe, so he just deferred. So.
But anyway, we've got two special guests. We're going to get to them right now because we've got a lot to talk about. There's tons of questions online. Indy 11 defender extraordinaire.
Ooh,
Lovel Palmer. Technically second time on the show, even though the first time really doesn't count because everybody was pretty much drunk at that point.
I
don't know if I don't think Lovel was. He was just slamming waters.
I think most
cranking out push-ups behind.
Well, he was right, and I believe most Indy Fishers Carmel's moms just call him Jamaican Adonis.
Oh my God!
Here we go. They love him. I just put you. Hey, I'm not throwing shade. I did just kind of put you on blast. Sorry.
And then newbie, the new guy.
Do you see this dude blush over here? This dude is.
Right.
I'm sorry, man.
I'm trying to. Hey, you know what? I'm trying to help by deferring.
Okay, good.
We have new guy. I'm just gonna call him new guy.
New guy.
Winger, attacking winger, basically, all over the pitch. He's all over the pitch.
Dude, left, right.
Yeah,
it doesn't matter where you put him. This guy's gonna do something.
Omar Gordon, on loan, but here in our hearts, forever. Once you're in Indy, you're in Indy forever.
And obviously he's a geometry major as well because we talked about the angles of shots, and he thought Justin Braun's was impossible, or Ayman's was impossible, but his goal was no. There's no way that was impossible.
Your goal on Saturday, I don't know how you found. I mean, that was one of those things where you found a hole, and you're just like, I'm gonna stick my foot out, and it's gonna go in.
Yeah, it's more like eagle eye stuff,
This dude went into Tiger Vision.
Next thing you know, at practice tomorrow, everybody's just going to call him Eagle Eye.
Eagle Eye. Yep. Hey, Eagle Eye, can you get the shot?
Get the cross.
Of course.
Cross from Eagle Eye. So what we usually like to do for those who haven't listened really is, and that's probably most of the people who are listening right now, but we like to kind of get your story to start off with, the typical media-esque questions of how you got started and what brought you here. And you can either go the elevator pitch where it's a quick little story of how you came, or you can go the Ayman Zayed way of giving you dates, time frames of like from 2000 to 2003.
He literally did. He opened up a book and was like, so from 13 to 15, I was. No,
I woke up and had a nice breakfast.
you realize that's why we only had him on the show at one time. We were told, Colin and Nikki said, you need to have Big Z. Well, and he calls himself Big Z. You need to have him on the show by himself because nobody else will get a word in edgewise. I said,
I think he was using you guys as a medium to get a book sponsorship deal. Yeah.
Well, this is the wrong avenue, buddy.
That part he doesn't need us.
No, he doesn't need us. Yep.
So let's start with a newbie. Omar, what brought you to Indy? What kind of got you interested in soccer? Kind of let people know where you're from. Obviously, you have a little bit of an accent, but
not much.
But where are you from originally, and kind of what brought you to playing soccer?
Well, I'm from Jamaica, and I'm from Montego Bay in Jamaica. That's a parish. And growing up, I love soccer, but because my dad, he's a goalkeeper, so
Oh yeah.
he always bring me to his game. So I'm like, okay. And I watched him, and I said, I want to be just like him. So I start off as a goalkeeper. Yeah.
That's
As
big
a
in my heart. I
as
love
a goal-
keepers, dude. That's
as a
good.
goal-
He's married to a keeper.
I mean, yeah, married
Like
to
literally.
a long-time keeper, literally.
Uh,
She's a keeper.
Right.
right.
Yeah.
right. Right. So I start off as a goalkeeper. So throughout primary and junior high school, I'm a goalkeeper. Then I go to high school. I'm still a goalkeeper, but not getting no game time, nothing. So I was like, okay. So after I started to keep now, and I started get game time because I go there and I started play in the Dacosta Cup.
Yeah.
I start from 7th grade. So as I enter the school, I'm in the team. So
Gotcha.
it was great. So I started to keep in 9th grade.
Okay.
So after 9th grade, my last
So
term,
did you like it though? Did you like being
Yeah,
a
I
keeper,
did.
or
Yeah.
did you realize that you had like 4.240 speed and you were like, "This is dumb for me to be a keeper. I can literally burn anybody on this field right
that
now."
was the thing.
Okay.
I definitely
he was
love goalkeeping because
Okay.
He was the
Yeah,
definition
and
of a
then
sweeper keeper.
the-
He came out and started shooting
the
shots.
after the coach leave, we had a different coach, and he comes there and like a 50-50 ball with me and a striker, and I like run down and I flicked it over his head, and I started to take on the whole field because it's
As a
training.
keeper, this is.
It's
I do that.
training.
I do
So
that
was-
crap in FIFA. I'm like, oh, I'm taking the goalie out. Taking the goalie out.
Yeah, so
Excellent.
it's training. So I'm saying I'm enjoying myself. So I flipped the ball over the attacker head, and I started to go through the field. So the coach was like, "Stop," and he was like, "Take the gloves off."
That was it.
So I was like, and then he said, "You're an outfield player now. No more goals."
It was just that easy, right? It was it.
Yeah. So after that, my last season, I played on field, and then I moved, and then I started to play for a club called Reggae Kids.
Yeah.
So I was there scoring a lot of goals, and then Paul Teagat Davis, he comes in and he said, "I don't want you to play these tournaments. So I'm going to bring it to a higher level." So he
Okay.
bring me to the Premier League. So I started to play for Arnett Garden.
Yeah.
But I was young, and I was like, when I go there, I was so nervous.
Right.
So because I just leave high school, that
Yeah.
I have no experience of the league, and it is the biggest league in the country.
Yeah.
So they said, all right, like how I'm going to give you some more experience. I'm going to send you
Trial
to the
by fire.
I'm going to send you to the lower team, which is under 21 team, the second team.
Yeah.
So I was there, and I'm scoring week in, week out. So they was like, "No, we can't
Bring 'em
have
up.
you here.
Right.
We can't have you here."
Right.
So they bring me to the senior team, and on my debut, I play well. Then they're like, "Okay, I know it's your," so we will see after that. And then the other week, I scored my first goal against a team from the West.
Yeah.
Which they said, "I'm not impressed because that is where you're from." So.
Oh.
They actually gave you that goal. So,
Oh.
so I was
saw
like,
you were there and they were
shading you
like,
I was
immediately.
like,
The
so I was
goalkeeper's
like, okay.
"Oops."
I was like, okay. And then we were playing against Tivoli Garden, that one of the big team in the country. So I like go on in the last 5 minutes, and my first touch is the goal. Eventually, I just like stand in the backs, and the ball just come right to me, and I just stopped in, and I just stand right there because it was so amazing.
Isn't that what you're supposed to do?
So I don't know if you could tell in his voice this guy hates scoring goals.
Yeah.
Like, there's no laughter, there's no smile. As soon as he just the thought of scoring a goal, this dude just
Savage.
He never mentions it. He doesn't
yeah,
like it
no,
at all.
hates scoring goals, obviously.
No, I love scoring goals.
I know.
But at that time, I was because everyone run into me, and I was like, I didn't have any celebration at that time.
Yeah.
So because I was out of my mind because
Yeah.
it's my first touch and it's the last minute of the game, and I just stopped in, and that's it. So I spent like a year there, and then I go back to Montego Bay United, where I spent the rest of my seasons, and then it was great from there.
Okay. So how did you come about coming over here to the NASL?
Okay. The
Yeah.
coach Tim Atkinson, he was in Montego Bay United. So when he come to the club, I was injured.
Okay.
So I picked up a ankle injured, and I was like limping in training, and I was totally out of the A team, which I was one of the most big name in the club. So
Okay.
he didn't know that anyway. So I was there, and after I get better and stuff, and I was like training, and I can't make the A team, and I can't
Yeah.
make the bench.
Yeah.
And I can't make not even the training squad. So
Oh, no.
so I go to him in the office, and I said, Coach, if you don't want me at the club, you can tell me, because I'm fully fit and I'm ready to play. So he was like, show me.
That's so funny that so we had Hank on last time, right? And he said the number one thing players want to know, he goes, more than anything, he goes, whether you hurt their feelings or not, he goes, they want to know where they stand. He goes, sometimes you got to give them news they don't want to hear. He goes, but I always love the players that come back in and go, what do I need to do? He goes, because it's not like you tear them down and that's it. He goes, you tell them what the truth is. He goes, but then you give them an opportunity, and you give them coaching on how we can together make this better. He goes, as long as a player knows where they stand, he goes, they'll work for you. I was like, so it's funny that it's the exact same conversation that we heard.
So after he said, show me. So after I come back, and then he bring me into a game, and game was going very intense game. And I said, bam, one. And I was bam. Just every week I'm scoring.
Scoring goals.
Yeah.
Just scoring goals.
We actually going into a game, and we like
20, right?
we like leading 1-0, and then we down 2-1, and it's like the game over, and then I just comes up with a surprise goal. So it was like, I'm the lifesaver.
Right. Okay.
Before he leaves, he said, I hope I can work with you in the future. So if you continue to do well, it's much easier for me.
Right.
Because when he left, I was on 6 goals.
Okay.
So he said, if you want to work with me in the future, continue to do well and score goals. So I was there, and second round, I can't score not even 1 goal. I was so frustrated. I was like, I played 10 games,
Right.
and can't score a goal, and I was so pissed.
Right.
I just stopped going out with my friends. I just stopped hanging out with everyone. I just stay in camp every day,
You're
training,
like, something's got to
training.
give. I got to change something up.
Okay, so I was like, forget about everyone out there. I'm like, I need to score some goals.
Right.
So the third round started. Every single game I scored in the 13 games straight.
You were kind of a big deal that last session. I
Yeah.
heard that thing with 19 goals. Was it 19? 20? 20?
20.
I'm hearing
Are you
that.
trying to
20.
come on?
Yeah.
We'll give you
I
20.
like to score, man. Come on.
Yeah, all right, we'll give you.
It's-
We'll just call it 25. No, I'm just kidding. 20. So 20 goals. All right. So
Yeah.
and then did you get a call from Hank, or how did that come about? Did you get a
Yeah.
call from Indy?
No, the coach called me.
Called you?
And he said, great job, and you want to work with me. So I'm like, okay,
Yeah. Are you
I'm
kidding?
ready.
Right.
And so before the semifinals, he actually want me to come in because he did have some few big games to play, and he want me to come. So my club back home, they don't have a goal scorer, which I was the one who was scoring the goals. So they were like, I can't let you go now.
Right. Well, yeah.
Because we have the
semifinals.
semifinals to play. So I turned to my team, and I said, listen, I'm gonna bring you guys to the final, and then I'm out.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna go to the finals.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to win the finals on your own.
So make me proud.
What'd you do? Oh, there you go. Go ahead.
So I said,
just a little short.
make me proud. After I bring you guys to the final, just make me proud. So, so in the semifinal, we like lead in 1-0, and then it goes 1-1, and then we win 2-1 the first leg. So in the second leg, they were just all over my foot. So I was like, I can't get injured now because I'm this close because my flight is in the morning.
Yeah.
So I said I can't get injured now. So all I do is I just started to play. I forget about my flight. I just started to play. And so I just started to give these guys a lots of trouble. Every time I picked up the ball, I'm like, bam, bam, bam. So we end up winning the semifinals. So I was like, guys, I'm out now.
Listen, the Eagle Eye Savior is out. I got to go to bigger things. I'm elevating. Right. So then that was it. Then you came up here.
Yeah.
And that's been it. So what happened in the finals?
We went 2-1.
So
everyone
good,
actually
inspired
made him proud.
Yeah, everyone actually texted me after the final and said,
we didn't need you anyway.
we done the job. And I said, yeah, I saw it. And they were like, yeah. So it was a great feeling.
Awesome. That's awesome.
Very cool.
So and here you are, and we'll get back to the acclimation into this team in the next chapter.
Now we can
not feel bad.
Now what we can do is we can let
go and have your wings.
Yeah, you can have your wings while Lovel's talking, and then we'll switch back, and then he can have his delicious salmon salad.
I hope you got as good a story as that, because I mean,
I know, right? I don't know if I could follow up.
That's okay. So how did you get started? Where are you from originally? Because you also have a smidge of an accent. And how'd you get here?
I'm actually from St. Elizabeth, Jamaica, small farm town. You know, growing up, I had no intentions of playing soccer. You know, I didn't like the game. You know, for me, it was always staying home after school, watching TV, because my older brothers, my mom and dad, they were all away. So I would get to be home by myself, and I could use the remote however I wanted it. You know, I watch whatever I want, you know. Yeah, so...
what were your TV shows of choice? Just because you brought it up.
Captain Planet.
There you go.
Yep. Captain Planet was my favorite.
Our powers combined.
Yep.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, Captain Planet was my favorite show to watch, you know. So
Power Rangers? Any Power Rangers?
I did watch a bit of Power Rangers.
It's kind of like the same thing, though.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah, but Captain Planet, it you know, that was everything for me. But yeah, for my first.
I see a Captain Planet tifo coming up from Peter.
Actually, it's funny because I told the story when I was in Salt Lake. And for my birthday, I got a Captain Planet boxers.
Oh, yeah?
So, yeah.
Wait. Was it the full Captain Planet? The Captain Planet, or was it like one specific one? That, like, did you get one element, or was it all of them?
All of them.
All of them?
Oh, yes. Yeah, all of them was on the boxers.
So it was by our powers combined. Oh, my God. That's...
But yeah.
We could go way down the long road.
Let's move on. No more boxers.
Yeah. Power thread.
Yeah, okay. So, I mean, started just like stayed home, watch TV, you know, was never into sports, but then changed towns that I lived in. My parents, we moved, you know, start being around guys my age, because my brothers, they were all older than I was, you know, started being around guys my age, and I started hanging out with them, started playing cricket, running track, you know, every now and then kick around a football for a little bit, but nothing serious. At age 13, you know, my brother, Theodore Palmer, who is older than I am, he got invited to train with a soccer team in our community that was going to Norway to play in the Norway Cup. And it was a U14 team.
Isn't it funny how it comes back to Norway? Always comes back to Norway. Norway. Anyway.
Amen talked about Norway.
I talk about Norway. Now you talk about Eds.
Yeah, I mean, it's a great country, man. But yeah, my brother, he was too old for the team. And he ran home that evening. He ran home breathless. And I was like, dude, what's happening? And he's like, yo, I have a perfect opportunity for you. And I'm like, what are you talking about? He said, I'm going to send you to train with this team. You know, they're having a U14 team going to Norway. I told them you're a great player. You know, just go there. Don't say anything. Don't tell them that you can't play soccer. Just go and do your thing, you know. And I went there, and
you picked it up fast. So you had never played before.
Never played soccer before.
Where'd they put you?
You know, left mid.
Okay. Listen,
Yeah, I mean,
if I wasn't gonna get like just absolutely destroyed, I want to punch you in the chest so hard right now for that. I walked on and just got on a U14 team. Like what?
I mean,
Your
It's
hand would
amazing.
immediately just
Yeah,
crumple
no,
into
I'd
dust.
punch him in the chest. My hand would just. Oh God! I'm
I
sorry.
mean, I got on the team, and I mean, I was always kind of athletic, because I run track for a little bit.
You
Played
don't
cricket.
say.
So
Okay.
yeah,
Were you when you were playing cricket? Did you feel like, I'm pretty good at this? I might try to keep playing this.
yeah. Actually, that's what I wanted to do.
Yeah?
That's what I wanted to do all my life. But
I have no idea.
Dude, you have got to be a
cricket even plays.
patient man. Anybody who plays cricket
very,
has got to be
very,
one of the most
very
patient. people
patient. Very,
Dude, it's like
very.
a week-long game.
Everything in its own time. Everything in its.
What's
due
the
time,
longest cricket game you've ever been in? How long did it last?
An entire day.
Jesus.
Yeah, just an entire day.
Oh.
Yeah.
What
You have to
position
be-
did you play?
I was a bowler.
You were a bowler?
I bowled. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I was all right. But yeah. 6 months later, after I went and try out with this team, I was on a flight to Norway to play in one of the most prestigious youth tournament in the world, in the Norway Cup. Went there the first game, we were down 1-0, and I got a free kick. I shoot it. We scored.
So how did
Type
you know how to
1-1.
shoot? How did you know how to shoot the ball at that point? You never played.
I mean, let's just say I had great coaches.
Okay, good. So
I had great coaches. Plus every day after I started going, I kind of fell in love with the game because I'm like, you know what,
There you go.
this is fun. And for me, everything is about fun, and I want to go back the next day.
It's funny how goals will do that to a person, right, Omar?
Just makes you love the game.
I know, right?
Definitely.
But yeah, I mean, after I went to Norway, and got back to Jamaica, I was like, wow, that's nice. You get to travel. You get to make a little bit of money I could give to my parents because I mean I didn't grow up as a rich kid. And every kid's dream is to help their family in some way or another.
Yeah.
And I figured, okay, this is my way out right now. After I got back from Norway, maybe about 3 months later, I got a call from Harborview saying that they have a U14 team that's going to Italy to play in the Romeo and Juliet tournament,
Jeez.
which is crazy. I went there, try out with the team. They sent me home. They said I wasn't good enough.
Wow.
And
Uh-oh.
about a month later,
This is the motivational
Yeah.
part of the story.
Yeah.
All right. So here's
about,
so
about
here's
a
the down
month
part.
later,
Let's go.
about a month later, I got a call.
He's so
I was
intent right
out.
now.
I was out playing soccer with my friends. Got home. My dad said to me, "Hey, you got a call from Coach Bernard in Harborview. They want you to come back. So I called him back, spoke with him, and he's like, "Yeah, I thought you did pretty well when you were here, but unfortunately, I wasn't the coach at the time. But I think you have something. We want you to come back and train with us." Made the team. Went to Italy, played against AC Milan, Verona,
Wow.
and Nottingham Forest. Great experience. It's funny. The Lionel Messi played in the same tournament.
Yeah.
They played AC Milan in the finals. I didn't even know who he was or
Nobody knew.
Nobody,
At that point,
nobody
nobody
was
knew who he
anything.
was. Nobody.
He was just a little guy. that was just
It's
walking
years
around.
later.
Outside of Argentina,
Exactly.
they knew who he was. That
It's
was it.
years later that I realized, what I was a part of. And one of my coaches said to me when I was training with Essex Valley to go to Norway, he said, "You guys won't know what you're doing or what the achievement you guys have made until maybe 10, 15 years later." So now when I sit back and I listen, and I even listen to myself talk about my experiences as a kid, and the things that I've done, the places that I've been, it made me love soccer even more, even though I still won't watch it.
You don't watch it?
But no, I don't watch soccer. But I mean, it's a game that I love, a lot. I love playing. Been to the MLS, played with a bunch of teams. But this year in Indy, it feels special. It reminds me of 2013 when I was with Salt Lake.
Yeah.
We made it to the finals of the MLS Cup. And the big thing for me there was the camaraderie between the team, between the guys in the locker room. And I feel that here. And that's part of the reason why I think the team win games. I think that's part of the reason why we fight nonstop for 99 minutes, 98 minutes.
So you were there with Beckerman,
And,
right? Were you there with Beckerman?
Yes, one of the best leaders,
Yep.
one of the best guys in the locker room I've
I was
ever
going to
been
say,
around.
did he give you hair tips or did you give him hair tips?
More of him giving
Omar's
me tips.
starting. He's starting. He's getting a little bit.
And we're slowly but surely transferring Duke also.
Yeah,
trying
Duke's
to get him
a-
on that side.
But Duke's an Ivy Leaguer. It's going to take him a long time to feel the roots right.
He likes the Jamaican culture.
Yep,
he
yes, he
likes
does.
it. So you never know.
Yep.
But I mean, it's been a great road so far. You know, I have no regrets. You know, there've been many ups and downs, but the downs is what really push you every day to get up and keep going. You know, but as I said, like being here right now, you know, with two other Jamaican guys, Omar and Don Smart, you know, make me feel at home. And then the other guys in the locker room, of course, you know, we're like a family. You know, I'm ready to go out and battle with these guys any and every day.
So don't let me forget. We're creating Don's Twitter handle tonight. The Jamaican Don, right?
Yeah, the
We're gonna-
Jamaican Don.
Wait,
Definitely,
but
we're
it's
doing
gonna-
it.
But it's gonna be nothing but cooking quotes. Cooking,
We're doing it. We're doing it.
So if you were following on Twitter, I picked up Omar today to come here, and I was like, "Hey, I hear that Don is a really good cook." And he's like, he was actually cooking when we left.
What was he making?
I didn't go in the kitchen, but it
No,
smells
he
really
was
good.
cooking.
It smells good. It smelled good.
We still need to have that cook off between me
Yeah.
and Don.
Oh my
Who is
God.
it?
we-
Yes, that's what I said.
Yeah.
Yes. So we're gonna put that as a follow-up show. But as I said, we'll do it at the house.
I will
I'll get-
volunteer as a judge.
Right.
I will
Exactly.
volunteer
And-
my
Right.
Adonis body like Lovel has.
My Adonis dad body.
yeah, my
dad
dad,
bod.
our dad bods. We'll donate our dad
Exactly.
bods to taste your food.
What's so funny is that for now, this is the third year.
Yeah.
We've been talking to Don, and Don pretends like he doesn't know who we are, and then then he does. But then he jumps on when he wants. Like, no, he knows.
So
But it's like
he's just messing with
right.
us.
He's messing. He wants to try to get on. We want him on, and it's so funny that you guys come up, and then you're on.
I told,
first,
well,
before Don.
the best part is because Omar is his roommate.
Yeah.
And I was like, you go home. You tell Don that you've been here 3 weeks. You're already on the show. He's been here 3 years. He hasn't even been on the show yet.
Right. Don,
No, you see, the thing is, Don Smart is Mr. Indie.
Yeah.
You know,
he is.
we need maybe to clone him 5 more Dons so we can put him in.
I don't think Indy can handle 5 more
No,
Dons.
That's,
No.
no.
I don't think Omar can handle 5 more Dons.
Omar's like, I close my door and lock it like as much as I can.
Hey, yeah, his schedule is, you know, his book. You have to like give him at least a month notice or maybe a year.
Sure.
You know,
Well,
he's a very
we've
busy
given
man.
him 3.
Very. He's in high demand.
Very busy.
So I'm gonna let you eat a little bit of your salad. I got a question for Omar here from the internet. One of the
These
things.
are dangerous.
Yeah, no, it's okay. It's actually a really good question. One of the things that Hank said, and you can touch on it however you want to, but Brandon on Facebook actually asked, "How has life changed for you since you've signed and are playing here with Indy?"
It's up to you if you want to talk about
In
that.
terms,
Like,
in terms of the difference between playing in Jamaica and playing here in Indy.
yeah, you don't want to talk about
Well,
lifestyle or anything.
It is totally different because first and foremost, the fan base, it's so amazing. They make you want to play. They just make you want to play. So that is one of the greatest feeling.
Did
that-
Kaluder tell you to say this?
No,
Just kidding.
Good PR.
Kaluder's going to be happy you did.
Right. He's like, yes. Okay.
So it's like
So-
the Brickyard Battalion and Slaughterhouse and all those guys are going to be pumped too.
yeah. And to play for the club and the fans that behind that goal.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, it's a great feeling. So to make that transition from Jamaica to come here, it's really nice because most of the players here, they are quick players like back home. So instead I leave from a quick system to go into a slow system, that would actually affect my game a bit. But to leave from a quick system to a quick system, it's great because the players are here. They are amazing. They make you want to play also because they show you love. They're with you. It's not like they look down on you or nothing like that. They always like talking to you and make you feel like you're home, nothing less than home. So
Good.
It's just great.
So when you scored, where did you go to celebrate?
Corner flags.
Oh, so I'm just saying, maybe the next time you run, if it's on that end, you run straight up into that BYB
Yeah.
and you get the BYB jump. Because, I mean, there was somebody
listen,
who did.
Lovell, he even jumped in when Eamon scored that goal against New. You almost jumped in. Honestly, I was standing down there, and I see Lovel, sorry, and we've talked to each other at the at the ball. So he sees me, and this giant man comes up and gives me the biggest like bro hug, bruises my back. I'm like, Jesus
dude, he
Christ.
slapped him. Dude, Andy's like, Lovel slapped me so hard, I think I broke a rib.
I mean, it was exciting. I mean, I didn't feel it at that point. Well, Justin Braun also used my foot to jump into the into the
Dude,
crowd as well.
that shit was bruised for a week.
I still got all that blood underneath the nail thing. Yeah.
Okay,
It's bad.
let me tell you about they tried to abduct. You know how they abducted Ursal this past week, right? So I got the video out there of Ursal literally getting pulled from the field. They tried to do this, Lovel, but it took 6 of them. They tried to pull him up, and then they realized they couldn't. And Lovel's like, nah, don't. And then he just did like one move like this, and then all 6 of them were like, oh! And as they realized they were going to fall over, they let him go. And then he looked at me and goes, thank you. And then walked away. They tried to pull him in the stands. The man has gravity.
Being a goal scorer, what's your favorite goal celebration?
My favorite goal celebration?
It could either be the most memorable or just something where you kind of stuck it to the other team where it's like
it's like
it's
a
hard
dance
to tell.
move.
I've scored so many, I don't know.
It's a dance move that I made up myself. So
we can call it the eagle eye.
The eagle eye savior move. What do you do?
You just and then.
Oh yeah.
Oh, we gotta
So
see
you're
it.
gonna give it to us
Next time. You gotta do it
Next time.
Yeah,
all right,
yeah,
we're calling it out. So we put it out to Reddit last time. If Eamon scored, what celebrations he was gonna do. I put it out. I don't even need that on this one. I want that dance.
I need the dance.
Yeah.
And I need the dance, and I need next time he scores, I want the whole BYB just to start doing.
To start doing it right.
Yeah.
We need you to put it. We're gonna film it. We're gonna put it on YouTube. We're gonna get everybody to get it down. So when you score, they're all gonna do it with you.
And I know that, Coach Hank had only been here, a couple months when he contacted you to come here. Was there any kind of research or telling you, hey, the fans here are a little crazy? I mean, was it a surprise for you when you came to play in front of a crowd like that?
All right. At first, he told me about the fans base. He say India have the best fan base. So I said okay because
we'll see.
Yeah, because
we'll see about that.
Yeah, because the biggest and the craziest fan base I ever seen, it is Arnett Garden back home in Jamaica. So I was like,
how many people can be in that stadium? What's the
Lovel, 2,000.
Oh wow. So it's just funny because you go 2,000, like that's the biggest I've seen.
Yeah.
We go to 10, but then you talk to like Eamon, he's like, yeah, I was there in Turkey and it was 80,000 people, and you go, like, I can't even imagine that. So so you came here and you're like, there's like 10,000 people in the stands here, like screaming. This is crazy.
Yeah.
Right. Like,
And the atmosphere is totally different because they have the fireworks and
the smoke.
the smoke and all those things. It's just great.
Okay.
Are you all right over here?
I'm okay.
Dear God, quit spreading your diseases.
Grandpa's no. It's literally all allergies.
Allergies. Do either one of you suffer from allergies?
I do.
No. Oh, you do.
So you know what's up.
Yeah, I know what's up, man.
Yeah.
How has Indy been to you? Well, I mean,
Indy's been great.
you were in Chicago. I mean, you were in Chicago last year, so like you had the same type of atmosphere, like of allergies. I'm talking about allergies.
Yeah, I mean,
How's the Midwest allergies
I
been?
hear you guys talk about an accent. I don't know where it's at because
You got
I think I'm
Chicago
American,
accent,
right? Chicago, American.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Salt
And you
Lake.
played dude, you went to Salt Lake. That's like the weirdest, whitest place in the
It's
world.
the whitest
Be
place in the
careful,
world.
be
Be careful.
careful.
Justin Brown is listening, so be careful what you're saying.
No,
Justin,
no,
listen, he was already on. He doesn't listen.
So did you of course you didn't listen. When Justin and Bushy were on, Justin and John were on, right?
Okay.
They get into it. Justin goes, I scored on you, right? And John looks at me.
immediately. Was like,
Bush
no,
goes, no, you didn't. He goes, no, I did. And he goes, no, you've never scored. And he goes,
then he's like,
he
yeah,
goes,
I did a lot.
Wait, and he goes, oh, was this when you were at Chivas for like the 3 years they existed? And he goes, all I know is every time we played you in San Jose, he goes, I scored
That
on
was when he was with San Jose.
San Jose, right?
Gotcha.
So, and John's
After
like, okay,
the show goes off the air, Justin
pulls up a
whips
video.
out his phone immediately.
Here it is.
There it is.
And John goes, oh, that's a terrible goal. He
And then,
goes,
of course, the internet, after they listened, ended up posting like 3 more YouTube videos.
so
of
like,
just-
because when he shows them, when John says that, and Justin goes, I'm sure I could find a better one. And he goes, well, and you've only scored a few goals. I guess they're all
Easy for you to
good.
find them.
Right, exactly. I was like, oh my God, it's fantastic. So,
very happy for Justin though. He got his
Yeah.
first goal of the season.
I was
Totally deserving.
I was going to ask you. So when you were talking about your story of
No, go ahead.
no, it's okay. When you're talking about your story of you went through a whole session there, right, where you couldn't score. And so you mentally, right, as a striker, you kind of get that weird that feeling. I don't know, do you and Justin talk at all? Do you guys interact? Have you had any conversations with him like, dude, trust me, I've been there. I know how it feels. This is all you got to do. You just got to keep kicking. You just got to keep looking at the goal.
Because I tell them in the after we get the free kick, I turned to him and I said, Justin, listen, the keeper might spill that ball, and I want you to be the first guy to reach on that ball. I want you to be the one to top 10. So after the ball kick and he was like on that top of that ball and he finished, he looked at me and then run to the stand.
Yeah.
So I was like, I told you.
It's funny. It's Justin is one of the nicer guys on the team.
Yeah.
And I think everyone really appreciates his hard work and is very supportive of him. It's funny about his story because Justin told me that before Vuko took the free kick, he said to Justin, go get the rebound, go get your first goal of the season.
Yeah.
Just calling your shots everywhere.
No. I mean, it's not about calling shots or anything like that, but it just shows that we're very supportive of each other. And we recognize his hard work. We know he should have been on 2, 3, 4 goals so far. He's a very hard worker, works very hard, endlessly for this team. So we want to see him, get that confidence, and keep going because we know what he can do whenever time he gets going.
So I got a question. Vuko's on the other side of you, obviously.
As an attacking, he's an attacking left back. Yeah.
He already knew what I was going to say.
He thinks he's like Marcelo. He's like Marcelo. He just
No,
you're
he's
like
more
is he
Garrett Bale. He's more of Garrett Bale.
Okay, all right. I'm just
I
saying.
think you would probably like Garrett Bale because
No,
Real Madrid.
I do, but Gareth Bale now he's no longer a back anymore. So what I'm
Okay.
saying is Marcelo never plays in the back anymore. Marcelo just is. Oh, look, he's a left wing anymore. Okay, that's good.
I was just, you knew where I was going with this. Vuko's on the other side.
Does he play defense? What would you say his position is?
I wasn't going to say play defense. He already has a couple goals.
Right.
So he's 2 goals behind. You're 2 goals behind right now.
I mean, I'm a defender. I'm a defender. Like we play with 3 defenders. We play with 3 defenders.
3 defenders.
Yeah, myself,
Colin and
Greg.
So it's like a false 9.
Yeah,
with the 3 in the back.
Vuko is he doesn't even do defensive work with us when we train. He's an attacking outside back.
They're just doing free kicks.
All right, so it's not a 4-4-2. It's like a 3-4-2.
Something else
No,
with Vuko.
it's a 3-4-2 and a random one.
And Vuko doing whatever he likes.
3-5-2.
3-5-2.
Actually, no, it's a 3-4-1-1 because Nicky is all over the fucking place. Well, he doesn't have a position. He just runs all over
Dude,
the
and
place.
talking to Justin as well, you look at his heat map. So our guy over here, Aaron, is always really good at he looks at statistics. So he can write
Aaron
the stuff.
Gunyon, shout out.
Aaron Gunyon shout out over here. He's just gonna go, huh?
Okay.
No. So
He's listening on YouTube. so he's a
Justin
little
Braun's right. Justin Braun's heat map, and like
It's everywhere.
it's just crazy. You're like,
Yep.
so there's times where Eamon's going, go over there, and Justin's here, and Justin's like, oh, and it just doesn't matter. The workload. All of you guys.
Yeah.
It's funny you talk about him, but damn it, man, all of you guys. It's crazy. Like every single one of you. I don't know how you have the energy to walk to us at the end of games clapping. Like you guys work your asses off, and I think I won't ever disparage any other team that we've had, but the workload and the heart. And you talked about the camaraderie, and I posted a photo this week, right, of right after when Justin got that pass off to Eamon, and Eamon scores, and his leg got taken out, and everybody, immediate celebration, Eamon comes over, and all of you guys are there on top of him, and like all hands on, like that whole feeling. You guys are just, you're something else at this point. So I know you give it to Justin.
Yeah, I mean,
discredit
no,
yourselves.
as I said, like this team, as I said, it reminds me of being in Salt Lake 2013, and it's one of the best teams I've been in, and
So we're going to the finals. That's what he's saying.
I mean, trust me, I'm not putting any limits on this team, and I'm just saying whether we win, lose, or tie games, or keep finding winners in the 90th minute, I'm willing, and
we don't care. We like those.
I'm every single guy on the field, come practice, games, off the field when we have our days off, guys are texting each other for a little group chat, guys are texting the group chat, oh, who is doing what today? So at least 3 guys are always hanging out doing something.
Good.
So we keep building that team camaraderie. And it's the greatest. It's the greatest way to build a team, man. Having guys playing for each other every single game.
So with a lot of guys, this is another kind of side question off of what's coming up in the next few weeks with the Copa America. You have a lot of guys that are from everywhere on the team. Are you guys going to be watching? I know you don't watch
here.
soccer.
I'm gonna help you. I'm gonna help you.
Yeah, you just go ahead.
I'm gonna help
There
you
we go.
here.
But are you guys? That's all right. It's work. Are you guys going to be watching? Are you going to be watching? Even though, Mr. I don't watch soccer, you don't watch the Copa
June
America?
6th. June 6th is the first Jamaica game.
June 5th.
June 5th?
Actually. June
Is it
5th
Okay, I
versus
thought it was
Venezuela.
Venezuela. Yep.
I'll follow the scores, but I won't watch. I still won't. And not because he's here right now, but after I'm looking at the Jamaican roster, I'm very disappointed that he's not a part of it. Omar,
That
he's
was another
done,
question too.
yeah,
It was
he's done some great things, with Montego Bay United in Jamaica, winning the championship, leading goal scorer, stuff like that.
Right? Yourself as well?
Nah, I'm talking about Omar right now. And also, you cannot discredit what he's done so far, in the few little weeks that he's been here. He's made a huge impact on this team, and I think, he deserved to be there. And stuff like those, when he doesn't get invited to the team, it kind of put a damper on my spirit because it's not because, as I said, he's here, but I know we can have, there are players all over the world who are doing well and deserve to be in it. I cannot support, I cannot support that. It's my country. I love them, but we need to have the best players on the field. And Omar Garden should have been in that 23-man squad. I wish them the best, but
like Omar's like,
I can't say I'll be overly excited.
So let's.
I get you.
Honestly, let's touch on that. What was when the roster was announced? What was your thoughts on that? Because of the impact that you did make in your home country, what was your thoughts on the fact that you're like, okay, well, apparently I'm not on this? Is it a motivating factor? Is it kind of like a chip on your shoulder type of thing?
No, it's more to me like a motivation. Because that only pushed me more to like put it in their face to make they see that I deserve to be a part of that team. So it's more like working hard and to show them that I'm fit enough to play with these guys and with this team. So it's not like I look at the roster and I'm like, I done well and I'm not in it. No, it's more like to put me on my A game and push me to do more. So after I see that, I turn to myself and I said, okay, I'm out of this one, but there's bigger opportunity out there more than to focus on the one that I lost now and to focus here and watch my previous life passing me by. So I forget about that because that is done with and over. So I'm just focusing right now on Indy 11 and to win a championship here. So I'm just here to do well and I love this team because there's so much great players. So that is my main focus right now.
I just want to take both of these guys and we're going to go around to random schools and I want to do motivational speak. No, man, because
I want to do something right now. I want to go out and like just build a house or like a barn or something.
No, because I think that's what separates really good players from those that just kind of languish is it's those that get upset and they go, you know what, the hell with everybody. I'm the best. I should be this. I should be this. And then you get this attitude. You go, listen, I can't worry about that. All I can do is now at this point, I'll just get better. I'll just keep working. I'm never going to stop, and you can't stop me. So I know you say there's no chip. There's a little one, and you have to have that. But most of the best players have a little because they're like, I was slighted, but I'm going to show you why you made the mistake. I don't got to say anything. I'm going to show you why you made the mistake.
Come on. Top goal scorer. Top goal scorer. You're going to think about it.
There's the chip. It's getting
No, but top goal
chip is turning into a mole.
No.
Into a mountain.
I'm just saying.
The little
top goal
chip
scorer.
just
I like
turned
it.
into a
Nobody in
mountain.
Jamaica's listening to this right now. You can say whatever the hell you want.
No, but anywhere in the world do you go, once you're a top goal scorer in your country, that give you all right to be a part of the national team.
Of course it does. 100%.
So that's the thing.
It's something this guy touches on a lot. in shows is the politics of the U.S. men's national team.
So our men's.
I want to get into it, yeah, because I don't want to.
So here you go. So we're a country of 330 million people, right? I have always been a firm believer that it is impossible. I don't care that we have big three, that we have football, basketball, baseball. I get that. 3 major leagues. But baseball's not even, there's hardly any Americans playing in baseball anyway. So, okay, so basketball and football. I go, there's no way out of 322 million people, and the women have proven this. Granted, a lot of women's programs around the world are not like the U.S. We get that. But there's no way that you can't field 22 people, 23 people that are of top caliber athletes that can play
from this country.
Yeah, from this country. That's crazy, but it's bureaucracy.
I share the same sentiments. My reason for retiring from international soccer is the same thing. You have 30, 40, 60. The number has risen much over the years. Jamaicans who were born, raised in Jamaica, played in the league in Jamaica, and now playing their trades overseas, right? And winning championships, playing in top clubs, whatever league, and playing regularly. And when it comes to selecting a team, you go for guys who have never been to Jamaica. Someone's grandparents is from Jamaica. You don't even know. It's so bad that I remember there was a time they invited this one guy to play for Jamaica. It was a friendly, and it turned out this guy had zero connections to Jamaica. How does that make a Jamaican who was born and raised, who plays top level overseas or wherever,
blood, sweat, and tears,
of course, who love their country? How does that make you feel? And I retired because, as I said, I saw them.
This right
no, I mean, of course,
I'm like angry.
This is a very sensitive topic for me.
Yeah.
And as I said, I walked away from my national team, from my country, just because of this kind of politics. And played 9 games in 2012. We qualified for the Hex.
Yeah.
Right. Our last game was mid-October. Right. January 2013, they selected a team, a 23-man roster for the final round of qualifiers. And within 3 months, I didn't do anything. My season was over. What did I do to be kicked out of the team? Right? Plus the other guys. They made at least 15 changes to the team. Brought in guys from Europe who has never been to Jamaica before, or even played for Jamaica. Right? Wow. And I saw they had this one guy playing right back. And I'm like, if that guy is better than I am, then I need to pack my boots up and not play anymore, because he was horrendous. And I said to myself, if I'm not playing for Jamaica, you have a 19-year-old kid, Alvis Powell, great talent, who plays for Portland Timbers. He should be playing, but he wasn't even in the 18, right? We have another kid who plays in Jamaica, Xavier Virgo, amazing talent. He wasn't even in the team, and I'm like, so if I'm not there, it should be one of these two guys, And if they're not there either, then what are you guys trying to tell us? What are you telling me? Who worked my butt off to make it, as a professional player, and I'm playing internationally, playing in some of the best teams in the league that I'm playing. Right. Some of these guys that they bring to Jamaica, playing 3rd division in Europe, right, and not even getting minutes. It's not even like they're regular players in their team. It's not even like they're scoring goals. They brought guys to Jamaica that scored 1 goal in how many games? Omar scored 20 goals.
Yeah.
Respect that.
Right.
Dan Smart has been here doing his thing.
Right.
Many more guys around the country.
Yeah.
Around the world.
Right.
Yeah.
You're preaching to the choir over here. It's the same thing he's been saying.
This is a very sensitive topic. We could talk about this for maybe an entire day.
We can.
We
don't have.
We should.
Trust me, because
we should.
It's been, and I've talked about this multiple times on the show, where I get to a point where I almost get emotional because of the politics of it, where I see we have some of the best youth programs in the world that are coming up, and we can't get anybody. Like, it's embarrassing to go on the world level and just be, they might make it out of the round. That's embarrassing to me.
But if you look at it, right, and I've been, like, growing up, when I was crazy about soccer, I watched the national team, because at that moment in Jamaica, it was like, soccer was like huge. We were qualifying for the World Cup, so everyone, the atmosphere was ridiculous. So of course I was watching the game, and the best US teams that I've seen are the teams with the guys who played in the MLS together, or a Tim Howard. He's American, he's played in the MLS before also, but I played 2012-13 against a US team, Grimes Zuzi. My respect for him went through the roof.
Yeah.
and he wasn't even a player that many people was looking at. You know, Kyle Beckerman,
Right.
great player. Jeff Cameron, who
It's taken forever for Wando to get on the team
Exactly,
consistently.
exactly.
And all he does is get in front of the goal and score goals.
Yeah, 25 goals,
Right.
3 years in a row
Absolutely,
or 2 years
it's
in a row.
crazy.
Come on, you
Right.
have to reward that. You know,
But guess who didn't make the Italian team? Guess who?
Giovinco.
How does the number one scorer in MLS not make the fucking the Italian
Yeah.
national team? So it's not. I don't think it's unique at this point. There's always somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody who's got some pockets filled, and that's the BS, because you always like
It's
to think of
ridiculous,
football as
It's one of the most corrupt sports in the world, man.
Well, obviously-
it's a very
FIFA?
Look,
It's
what?
exactly. It's
Yeah.
a great. It's one of the greatest game. It's the
Passion.
world's greatest game,
world sport.
right? It's the world sport, but it's so corrupt, man.
But it's because it's the world sport, because powerful people who have ill
No, there's a lot of
intentions
money into it.
know there's
Right.
a ton of money, a shitload of money, where they can be like, well, I can manipulate this and this and this and this, and make everybody internally money, and who gives a shit about the players?
It's
Especially like the women's game. The women's game is just ridiculous. That is a whole nother
no
story
respect, man. No,
No.
respect.
No,
You know?
right, exactly. And I'm a firm supporter. Talk U.S. here as well as. Obviously, I'm a firm supporter of the U.S. Women's National Team. Are you kidding me?
No, I
They're the
mean-
best team. They may be one of the best soccer teams ever. Period.
Yeah.
Any men or women.
no,
yeah.
And the respect.
No
Very,
doubt,
they
very
give
no
is little.
dominant
doubt,
team.
Right.
no doubt.
Very,
So-
very dominant team. No, it's
Look-
a passionate. It's a very passionate topic for me.
I
You know,
couldn't. I couldn't
as
tell.
I
I know
said,
you
like-
hide it so well.
No, it's like there's one thing about me, man. Like I said, if you work hard every day, you know, when you're doing the right things, you know, you should be given your just reward, man. Who are you to take away, you know, my hard work and overlook it?
Right.
You know, I people, not just me, but I'm just saying you know, speaking for everyone, you know, who been cast aside, you know, give everyone their fair chance, man. Guy's playing and he's playing well, invite him, give him a fair shot. You know, it's the same. Every team, whether it's club, country, whether it's rec league, you're playing well,
Yeah.
give me a shot, let me prove myself. If I don't do well,
You could literally put this into our U.S. political system right now of those the middle class of this and lower middle class to lowering class of all I want to do is just work my ass off, and as hard as I work, I should be paid equally, and I should have an opportunity. And
no
kids,
doubt.
right? And and all kids, you know, every kid at some point should have an opportunity to realize that there is so much in this world that they can do, and there's so many that aren't. You know, and you guys have experienced it more than I or Andy ever will. And so I know where the passion comes from, because you're like, I know what I've lived in and I know what I've seen where I'm from. And there's most people in the Midwest in our comfy homes here in Carmel, Fishers, and I grew up rough, but not like this. And you understand, listen, if these kids had an opportunity, if these people had an opportunity because they worked their asses off,
Yeah.
they could do incredible things.
That's why I definitely said to myself that I want to be a way inspiration to younger youth in general back home,
Yeah.
even to females in general, because I'm from a ghetto area back home in Jamaica, because I grew up in Flanker, which no one wanted to live there.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
so it was two things about it there. Either you bad or you're a Christian.
Yeah.
I'm not a Christian.
Right.
I'm not bad.
Right.
But I choose soccer.
Right.
So
So you were right in the middle somewhere.
yeah. But no, not in the middle.
Cool. Right. Yeah.
I definitely know which side I'm on.
Sure.
So
Yeah.
I said to myself that I need to do something that can open up young people's eyes so they can see that not because you live here, that means you have to choose certain life of living. So I said, soccer, get big, make the world can like see you, and even people in your community see what you're doing and see how many things you can achieve. So I'm just doing it. And every single day, someone actually messaged me on Facebook and said, "You're my idol. You're my inspiration." So I always like freaked out about it, and I'm like, I'm just doing it, but I never looked at it and see it like that. Honestly,
I'm sorry. No, it's
I don't see it
inspiration.
like that. But for me, it's just normal, because to play, it's normal. But to other people's eyes, it's just totally different. Because even 14-year-old, he actually tagged me in a championship picture and said, you're my idol, you're my player, you're my favorite player, and you're the one who pushed me to play. And each time I get an area also, but he choose soccer now because he started to wear my number. He started to play like me. If I play, if I anywhere in the field that I go, he wanna go. So he's like, you're the man, you're the man. So I'm like,
I
okay,
mean, I'll just make it simple and say I want to be a voice for the voiceless.
yeah,
Whether it's for the kids in Jamaica growing up who wants to be a soccer. Let me stop for a second. Young kids in Jamaica, like in my era growing up, every single kid, except me maybe, wanted to play soccer, wanted to be a professional soccer player.
Cricket.
Yeah, every kid wants to be a professional soccer player. They want to play for Jamaica. They want to earn a contract overseas. And now, 15, 16 years later, to hear a kid say, you know what? Nah, I don't want to play soccer anymore because the Jamaican team is just filled with English guys. One of the things that hurts me the most is a Jamaican kid, a 17-year-old kid, Leon Bailey, was just voted best young player in Belgium, in the Belgium Premiership. And the kid said he doesn't want to play for Jamaica.
Wow.
He doesn't want to play for Jamaica because of all the corruption.
Did he get dual citizenship? Does he have citizenship?
Not yet, not yet, but
because I know Belgium is like,
yeah,
we'll find
he
a
will.
way.
No, he will. He
But
will.
he will because he played for the youth team. He
Yeah.
played for Jamaica youth team, and then he just like
He said no more. Yeah,
forget about these guys.
and that shouldn't be.
Yeah.
Those things should never be happening, man. Like, and this kid, he waves that Jamaica flag every single day, so it shows that he's proud of his country.
Right.
He remembers where he's coming from.
Yeah.
But the bad taste, the bitter taste that they left in his mouth when he was a kid in Jamaica, makes him not want to represent. And
Right.
anywhere over the world, that shouldn't happen.
Right.
National pride is everything, man.
Right. The politics is not the nation.
No.
And that's the same thing here. You get people that go, I want to move to Canada. I'm going to move to Canada. Trump gets like, I'm moving to Canada. I go, I'm not going to move to Canada.
No,
like,
it's your
this
country.
is my country.
Exactly.
I love my country.
Exactly.
And then there's a patriotism thing, but you go, it's my country more so because all my life experiences, my entire essence of who I am,
The good
is
and the
based
bad,
on
it
here.
makes
Right,
who you are. It
right.
makes you.
Right, exactly. From the deepest of the shit to crawling out to wherever it
Yeah.
may be. And so that's huge. And I can't thank you guys enough for opening up and talking. I know how painful that can be to speak about that.
Yeah.
And I appreciate you not breaking things like dude, you're like moving keys out of the way. Like,
No, I
I'm
mean,
gonna need something.
No, it's messed up because at 31, 32, still in great shape. There's no way I should have walked away from my
No.
national team.
Yeah.
No way.
Right.
And I didn't
true.
walk away because
That's true.
I wasn't good enough or I wasn't,
Respect.
didn't want to play anymore.
Respect, man.
It's just because of the politics.
Respect.
It's just because of the politics why I'm like, you know what? I'm willing to walk away and start being a voice. You can't do anything to me anymore. You can't stop me from playing international. So now I'm going to be a voice for the Omar, for the Don Smart, for the younger kids. I will say anything and everything that
You
comes.
can.
I can and I
Yeah.
will. And I've been doing it.
Yeah.
I'm kind of the black sheep back home. Like every single, no, it's true. Every single chance I get, I speak out against the federation and the way they run things in Jamaica. Soccer, that doesn't belong in soccer, man. They're like dictators, man. Go away with that. Go somewhere else with that, man. It's not acceptable.
Being something that you kind of just touched on too, and you mentioned it as well. You guys
This is
have-
like a totally normal media interview, isn't it? Like this is totally what you get from the normal media. Dear God, I need tissues over
Plus
here.
more.
This dude needs like
More.
Chris
Yeah,
hasn't
you
cried
get
on a
more.
podcast in a while.
Oh my God.
But
Yes.
something that you both touched on is being that inspiration and being like a role model for kids and for other even players. Who are the guys that you guys looked up to getting to where you are today?
For me and like to touch more on that point, growing up, I yearn for that role model who I can go to for advice or who would give me a pair of cleats or who would encourage me. Just even if it's to reply to a message on Facebook, I yearn for it. It didn't happen. When I made a vow that if or when I become one of those guys who people look up to, kids look up to, I will definitely be that guy that I wanted or that, that was lacking in my life, as a soccer player to help motivate me.
Right.
I talk to kids on Facebook and they're like, is this really Lovel Palmer talking to me? And I'm like, yeah, it is, like
So you're trying to set that example that
Of
you
course,
didn't have.
of course, I want to be that person for the kids that I yearned for and didn't get. So that's my thing.
Omar?
No, that's
Yeah,
we
my
hear we said
mom.
to you.
My mom, she's rock because she she played a big role in my soccer life because after my dad and I broke up, we separated. So I actually live with my mom. So
Yeah.
he pushed me to do what I love. So every single day she would like even if the area is bad, she like outside playing with me and make sure that I'm enjoying myself and get that love of that soccer. So after everything and I started to play Premier League, she's just with me. Even if she have to go to church, she's like, "Oh, the game go." She's in church. Oh, the game go. So she's
Yeah.
always
Yeah.
always with me. So she played that big role in my life. So she's my role model.
Did you have any players that you got to see growing up? Like, were you able to watch any international at all growing up? Like that you wanted to maybe emulate?
Yeah,
maybe
like
not that you want to
player
be like that, like
styles,
player
like even
styles as
styles
well.
that you-
My player that I watch the most is Sergio Aguero because he's very strong and athletic, and I just love the way he played. And he's a quick player, and everyone said you move like Aguero and you short and tit like him. So
But you score goals, and Aguero. No, I'm just kidding. He scores goals. Just when it matters, he doesn't. So like Champions League.
I'm all over the place, man. I'm a rebel, just like how many teams I've traded.
Yeah.
That's how many players I looked up to.
But what are some of your favorite? What are some of the favorite defenders that you love to watch?
All-time favorite player, of course, is David Beckham and his work ethic. People criticize him, saying the only thing he can do is cross the ball, but
Free
he
kicks,
dedicated
too.
himself
Yeah, his free kicks.
and his time. No, I mean,
Yeah.
but he had to work
Yeah.
extremely hard
Sure.
to perfect it. And that's what I appreciate in any player, their work ethic. Hence that's one of the things I emulated. Working hard every single game. Might not be the flashiest player, but I'm gonna run and I'm gonna work until the ref blew that final whistle. But David Beckham for sure. Cafu,
Yeah.
Dani Alves.
How'd you feel about Roberto Carlos?
Eh,
Okay.
Yeah, you-
No.
you gotta throw
I
it
just
in
asked
there.
because he still has one of my favorite top 3.
You want to know
Free kicks
something
ever.
funny? Yeah, but you want to know something funny? An ex-indie player
Yeah.
was actually a guy that I mean, 2002 World Cup, he stuck out to me. And I'm like, wow. And then he went to United, a team that I liked a little bit.
I'm okay
You
with
know, Cleberson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Definitely. I got to meet him
Yeah.
when
one
we
of the
played
nicest
against. Yeah,
guys.
I got to meet him when I played against Fort Lauderdale. So that was awesome.
Yeah.
But I admire guys who work hard, give back to the community, and who try to encourage kids.
yeah.
So, quick funny story with Cleberson. So we had him the day that we signed him. We came over and we did a quick interview, and he had his translator. But at one of the first ball, we had Cleberson on, and one of the questions I asked him
forgot about
was,
this.
"What was your who's your favorite player to play with?" And he goes,
with everybody.
"Yeah, because he played there." And he goes, Ronaldinho. And I said, wait, like Ronaldinho then or like Ronaldinho now? And Cleberson looked because like Ronaldinho got kind of fat, got lazy. He goes, he just walks away, can't answer the question because he's like, I'm not going to sell him
Not
out
gonna
like
go-
that.
not gonna go there.
No, exactly.
Love this guy too much.
One of
Right.
the questions that you might have in Lovel, one of the questions you might have not been asked before, but it was something that was asked on the internet, is something that you we don't really talk about it too much, but it's your religion, because you're Rasta, correct?
Love is my religion.
Okay. So one of the questions was just kind of the motivation, the motivational post that you post on Twitter and the social media, just that aspect. Can you explain that a little bit to the audience that might not be too familiar with what you're trying to do?
Personally, I think your happiness, is everything. And every morning you wake up, you should have something looking forward to. A lot of people have said to me, the things you say is what got me through my day today. And I'm like, wow, I didn't even realize that my words were so influential. So every day if I can share a little bit of myself, my thought, because I'm not someone who I'm I'm a I'm an introvert, but behind the scene, you know, I go within myself. I think a lot. I go in depth, and think. And I like to post things. And whenever I post something and someone is like, yeah, they react well to it, and they're like, oh, I actually was going through a little situation, and it kind of changed my day. And I'm like, wow, maybe I should start giving myself more to these people, because there are people out there who are in worse situations than you think. I think my situation is bad. There's people out there who is a million times worse. And if all it takes is for me to share 126 characters of my thoughts with them, and it can change their day, then why not? It's the least I can do. It doesn't cost me anything.
So you're writing a book?
If I'm writing
No
a
joke.
book,
No,
Are you
are
gonna
you?
write
my
a book?
life is a book.
Oh,
So are you going to write a book?
My life is a book. So you see me, you get to know me, you talk to me, and you're reading my book every day.
so basically, you got to hire this guy to follow you around and write a book for you.
No, it's actually something that I think about daily, and it has to happen. There's so much more to Lovel than what people see or heard.
So let me
That's
ask
why
you
you're here.
Every day.
That's why you guys are both here.
There's a lot. There's a lot to Lovel. I try, like, it's funny.
The enigma.
It's funny. Yeah, it's funny. Most times people ask me to describe myself, and I say I'm like a MacBook.
Okay.
It's most people are not.
I'm listening.
Most people are not used to. Most people are not accustomed to using a MacBook. So whenever they get it, they try to figure it out, and because they don't know what's happening, they most time thinks it's crazy. It's not. It's stupid. But when you get the hang of it, right, it's the best thing. My
Debatable.
to most people.
I'm just kidding.
So like my thoughts, I tell people, like, people always say, and I'm not being cocky, but people are like, oh yeah, you have a nice body, blah blah blah. I said to them, no, I said to them, my mind is more beautiful than my body. So you get in my mind, you get to a piece of my, the way I think.
Today I learned Lovel is not just a pretty face. He is everything.
No,
He's the full
it's
package.
true though.
No, you're right.
I'm a positive
Absolutely.
person, and I try to inspire people
Right.
on a daily basis, because sometimes just those few little words can change someone's world.
So when you get done playing, do you think you'll do something in that line? Do you think you'll try to pursue something where maybe you can have a larger impact on that? Do you
yeah.
care?
Coaching kids,
Yeah.
and giving them the right, have kids with the right attitude can change the world as we know it.
Right.
Because if everyone is thinking positive, thinking about helping someone else, and you instill those in kids from they're young, the generation, the world will change as we know it, man. There will be more love, more respect, more kindness.
The theme that I'm getting from both you guys too, and I'd like to hear your thoughts on it as well. Is
So
that
can I ask him a life book question real quick?
Oh, sure, go ahead.
Random question. So let's say we are talking about the book of your life. Let's say you're reading a book, and you get to a page and you realize,
Is this from the questions that you
yeah.
wanted to ask at the?
I did, but I didn't get to ask you this. But it's a perfect segue into this. You get to this page and you realize, oh man, this is actually like my life, and this is where I am right now in my life. Do you turn the page to know what happens next, or do you close the book?
I close the book.
That's always a good
I
one.
close the book
See my
because I don't want to know
I
what's
want to hear
happening.
Omar's answer too.
Yeah.
Because well, no, and it could be an age thing too.
Yeah.
Because because you're younger. I mean, you've still got a lot of life. All of us have a lot of life left over. I mean, what would you?
willing.
Yeah, right.
Yep.
Well, I mean,
So,
what would you?
What would you do? Would you keep
Well,
reading?
Well, honestly, if I reach a point where I bucked up on a page which speak of my life and how I'm going through my life right now, I definitely want to see a different chapter, because, as you said, I'm young and there's a lot to learn, because I will have this knowledge now that I have, but I have so much more to learn than what I have now. So I will definitely skip to see what next to learn new things.
One of my reasons I would close the book is, for me, every day is an adventure. And I don't want to know what happened tomorrow. I want to live it. Because I don't want to take away from what the day has in store and try to curve. Like, I used to read my horoscope, and it's trying to tell me, oh, today's gonna be a great day, or if you do this, whatever. And I would
That's up
like
to me,
yeah,
right.
and I would kind of like and I would kind of like curve my daily routine to try and make this match that horoscope, and it takes away from my day, it takes away from me.
Because you're so focused on what you're supposed to be doing,
exactly
love in your life.
Exactly,
funny
you know,
because my answer is a little more simple. I would just go, how many pages are left in this book? Like, my answer is simple because I go, because if there's 2 pages, the hell, I'm looking at it and I'm doing everything I needed to do right now. But
are the pages days or years?
Yeah, like, well, I just need to know. But if there's like 100 pages, and then I'll be like, but what if they're all blank and this is a joke? Like, oh, so you're right. Like,
Frank.
Yeah, it just got me. You've been punked.
Yeah,
where's Ashton Kutcher?
Yeah, that's a great question.
You guys have both your mentality, and I don't know if it's just from where you're from and your upbringing and how you guys have come here, but it's extremely positive. Right. Both of you, like one of your first tweets on social media is just like, I'm so happy to be here. Like, it's like the best thing in the world for you. And both of you guys have it super.
Oh my God, Colluder's here. Everybody stop talking.
He can't hear us and he'll never listen, so it's no big deal.
You see this nerd shirt? I love it. This dude looks like he's going to do some math algorithms for us.
Is it something that has been kind of your both of your guys' person? Omar, you could start. Is both your personalities of just trying to stay positive and trying to always look on the bright side regardless of what happens, or is it something that has been taught from you from day one?
It's just clean heart and pure mind. It's nothing that you like say you're put into your system or to take out of your system. It's more like something that you're had into your life and go through your life daily. Things that you want to do. It's not like you do it because you want to do it. You're doing it from your art. So it's more like natural. So it's not because of where you born and grow or something like that. It's just something that you see for yourself and know this is the way of life. This is real life. You know, because it's not about living your life for you, as Lovel speak. It's about living my life for you, because I don't want to make myself happy.
I love you guys. I'm gonna say it. I love both you guys.
It's not
I want you on every week. I need this
about me.
Jesus.
I've got your phone number on it. Can I get your guys' phone number just so I can call you?
I want Lovel to text me every morning. Here's your Lovel text of the day, and then
funny,
Omar kicks in.
That to answer your question, you know, of course, your family, they instill certain values, you know, in you and stuff like that. But for me, something that it's the first time I'm ever gonna say this, you know, and I'll say it on permanent relegation. No, there was a time when I thought I was gonna die. Every single day, I wake up and I thought I was gonna die.
Why?
I don't know. Maybe it was depression.
It was just something in your head where you're like,
there's something in my head, you know. Maybe. And I mean, growing up in Jamaica, we don't have the luxury, or where I'm from, you know, we never had the luxury of getting diagnosed or seeing the great physicians or, you know, a therapist, anything like that, you know. And every day in my head, I'm like, yeah. And I would always be like grabbing onto something and praying, hey, God, please let me live to see this game, or, you know, to see this day, you know. And then my belief, my faith got stronger, you know. And I said to myself, you know what? I'm going to live for every day. I'm going to enjoy every second of my day. I'm going to be happy.
Yeah.
You know, I'm going to be a happy person. Even when things happen that I should be sad about, I say to myself, you know what? There are people who are going through worse, you know, plus it always could have been worse. You know, you've got life, and the fact that you got life, you can change it. You can turn that bad into something positive.
Yeah.
You know, so ever since I dedicate myself to just like being happy, trying to motivate people, because you never know what's going on in someone's mind. As you said, why do I send these tweets out? You know, it's not because I want to be on social media every day, just, you know, because I've had some bad moments on social media also, you know, so
there's always the keyboard warriors that want to say some shit.
Exactly. So for me, Trolls. I keep it limited. If it's not something positive that I know is going to change someone's life in a positive way, you know, I stay away. But so that's why everything for me, it's positive. I listen to a lot of music, you know, listen to what the musician said.
What kind of music do you guys both listen to?
And don't you dare just give me dance hall. I'm just
kidding. No.
I'm just kidding.
It's funny. Like I listen to a lot of I listen to everything, a little bit of everything.
A little bird told me that from some people in Chicago said you're a big ska fan.
Ska.
You like ska?
No, I said like I try to broaden my horizon. I've listened to a little bit of country. I listen to a little bit of jazz, ska, whatever it is.
Country's just depressing, though. Why would you do that?
Hey, I need to get in the mind. I need to be able to. This is my thing. I consider myself a chameleon. And if you don't know how to think like a country person, you won't be able to, converse with them. How are you gonna even relate to them?
Right.
So I try to put myself in everyone's, shoes in a position and be able to relate.
What about Omar? Your music of choice?
I listen to reggae, country, and R&B.
Yeah.
Just is there any particular R&B person that you're listening to lately, or that's just your favorite in general?
I listen to Eddie Sheeran.
Okay. Oh, really? Ed Sheeran. All right.
J. Cole, he's the god.
Dude, J.
Cole.
J.
Cole.
Okay. So like 7 years ago, I was talking about J. Cole, and they're like, oh, no, it's Jay's protege and all this stuff. I was like, no, you need to understand. You need to listen to what Jay is saying.
He's a big contributor also to my positive outlook on life.
That dude's seen some stuff in his life.
The things he says, you can tell that it's not just music.
Right.
Like he's not just trying to sell a record.
No.
He's
It's
lived
his life.
this. Yeah.
Right. He's giving him.
Yeah.
And that's dangerous as an artist, and it's dangerous as well just for you guys sitting on here giving this piece of you as athletes, and it's dangerous as an artist because when you get to that point where you give yourself, you leave yourself open for a lot. And you said there's always some negative that comes in, and the more you kind of expose that piece because you want people to have this, you get in, like people are open to getting back to you.
Yep.
So I'm
because
impressed.
as many as people as look up to you, as many of the people that, how you said that you got a kid that's like, you're my idol. You're the kid. You're the
There's
guy.
just people that want to
There's
watch
also
the world burn.
Yeah, there's also people that want to see you fail.
Yeah, of
And
course.
I mean, do you guys
Most definitely.
have you?
How do you deal with haters?
How do you deal with that? I mean, have you gotten
Show them love. Show them
kill them
love.
with kindness, right?
He's
Yeah.
right.
Kill
He's
them with
right.
kindness.
He's right. I mean,
You attract more bees with honey.
yeah, of course, man. Love is the greatest thing ever, man. It you can hate me all you want. I'm gonna preach love. Someday you will change. You'll realize that love is greater. Love is always greater.
And if they don't, you've done everything you can.
I've done everything.
I've lived my life.
I say
Don't
this.
worry about you.
As long as I can go to my bed at nights with relaxed body, clean mind, clear heart, knowing that I didn't offend you,
We're
I'm
impossible
good.
to offend, by the way.
Seriously, you can say anything. I'd be
No,
like,
I mean-
okay, whatever.
No, it's
I've heard it
true
all.
though.
Yeah.
Because I look
Just-
at it the same way because I have friends who shut me out right now, and every single day.
Well, then they aren't friends. I mean,
But to me, they are friends. I
Yeah,
don't
because
care
you grew
what.
up-
I don't
you know
care
them.
if you wanna like
Say
stop
stuff.
talk to me and say stuff about me and like don't text, or I'm gonna text you. I'm gonna check up on you and see if you're okay because that's me. Because I know in myself that I'm showing you love. So if you don't want to show me love, that is up to you. But I know in myself that I don't have nothing against you.
Yeah.
So I'm cool.
Yeah. You-
Yeah.
Love is
I can go to
always
sleep.
louder,
I can
man.
go to sleep with
Yeah.
a clean
Yeah,
Love
conscience.
is
you
always
can look
louder.
at yourself in the mirror and go, you know what? I did the right things today.
Yeah.
Even
Yep.
if somebody's being a bitch or being
Yep.
a dickhead to me,
Yep.
I'm still being the nice guy.
I needed this as a soul refresher because I'm just naturally such an asshole. I really am.
No,
I
I
get
mean,
so
especially
jaded on
this
just
guy.
dealing. God,
it's
We're
no,
just a
I
dick
just-
to this.
no.
I just appreciate you guys just being so open and candid about
No,
this because it's
it's true. Like I'd rather not come in contact with anyone if I'm having a down moment
yeah.
than go spread my negative energy around everyone and try to corrupt.
So there's times you just kind of shut
Yeah.
down and go.
yeah,
I'm just not gonna.
we're
Yeah,
all
that's huge.
humans.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean,
and-
how do you guys deal with that negative energy? How do you get rid of that negativity? Because it's hard when you
music,
have
like as you said, like
Yeah.
to me, if I'm in that zone, I go turn on J. Cole. I'm
Yeah,
sure
okay.
there's something in one of his songs
Yeah.
I can relate to.
Yeah.
I go watch a movie or something, but I'm not gonna go spread my negative energy, trying to corrupt others, and again, if I'm wrong, I'm also someone who I'm man enough to say I'm sorry, because whether it's just to make the other person feel better, or within yourself that what, you're genuinely wrong. It won't hurt to say, oh, you know what, I'm sorry.
Right.
Can we move on?
Especially if you
And I
care.
know.
Especially if you care
Exactly.
about them. Especially
Exactly.
if they matter.
Exactly.
Because at the end of the day, something you never know. Something can happen the next day, and you go, "That's the last memory I have,"
Yep.
and that's not
Yep.
something I
Yep.
will allow myself to have
Yep.
to live with
Yep.
on my back for the rest of my life. And
Yep.
That's
Yep.
you know what we say that all the time, and there's very few that actually live it. So I appreciate that.
Yep.
So listen,
We're not done yet.
No, I don't want to get out of the deep. I want to
Because I
transition
love
into
this.
positivity on the team wise. I want to kind of get into.
Well, real quick,
Yeah, go
I
ahead.
have
Yeah,
a side
go-
question.
Oh, good.
And Omar and I
side
had
questions.
a bit of a conversation about it earlier.
Did you guys do karaoke in the car?
No.
What are you doing?
Nobody wants to hear that.
Disappointed.
No, Omar and I both agreed. Nobody wants to see this.
I think a lot of people would, and I think the whole locker room
Yep.
would love it.
Yep. Definitely.
Maybe next time. Maybe next time.
I'll do it. I'll take him home and we'll sing.
I think he just didn't know the right songs to raise.
Yeah, no.
Because
No,
Omar,
now we know.
Omar likes
Now you know.
Omar,
Now we
Omar
know.
likes to do a good karaoke.
We're doing Ed Sheeran on the way home.
Right. Yeah, no more. Yeah. Lovel isn't going to take him home anymore. It's you, and you guys are just going to
Ed
sing
Sheeran.
crying out loud the entire way.
Oh, God. It's going to be so good. Can you hit the high notes?
Come on, come
Oh,
on.
Okay.
man.
All right.
This
Let's
is
go.
what happens.
Yep.
Well, no, it's all right. It's just this.
It's you.
No, it's just
It's you.
other sports. I mean, you're a big basketball guy. We talked about it in the car a little bit. Now I kind of want to talk. He's a big Cavs fan.
Yeah,
So
Cleveland.
other
It's a LeBron thing, isn't it?
Come
Okay.
on, man.
You like
Come
LeBron?
on.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, I like
Yeah, of
LeBron,
course.
but
Yeah.
Cleveland is a great team.
So did you like Cleveland before LeBron came on there?
He's too young. He's too young.
That's okay.
He's
It's okay.
young.
That's
He's
True,
young.
That's true.
So what other sports? So you're a basketball guy. Omar's a basketball guy, and he knows the game too. It was fast. Do you think Cleveland can pull it out?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, most definitely because they have
Talking
a
about
great
this
team.
series or the whole thing?
The whole thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Why?
Why? Because when Cleveland's playing the way that they need to,
I knew that you were
here's the deal.
because that's why I brought
Here's
it up.
here's the next.
I just have one single problem with Cleveland right now.
Go ahead.
It's the second half. We have a
That's a big
amazing
problem.
first
It's
half.
not a little one.
We have amazing first half. We can blow out any
Except for
team.
last night, it was the second half that brought them back into it.
Yeah.
So the biggest thing is here is LeBron next game will not defer the same way.
Yeah.
He will take over the way he needs to, and he's always trying to get other people involved. Right? He wants to be positive and get involved, but almost to a detriment at times where he
Yeah.
goes, "Dude, you're open.
Yeah.
You're the best basketball player.
Yeah.
Score!" Like,
Yep.
and
Yeah.
that's their issue.
Yeah.
And if Kyrie or Kevin are off and LeBron's not taking advantage, no, they're gonna get hurt.
I mean, last night I was there watching the game, and just a little thing, something popped in my head. I don't know, and from time to time it happens.
An epiphany.
But yeah,
Does that mean you're hungry?
I called
Omar's ready. He's like,
I called Toronto, OKC in the finals.
Oh, you're calling
that's-
Toronto
No,
OKC.
I call OKC in the final for sure.
I'm
but
sorry, Omar. But I don't know. It's just I was here watching the game last night, and something popped in my head. Like, this Raptors team, it's not a team to push over. They're not gonna lay and die. Because any other team last night, when the Cavs came back on them,
that's
would
true.
have crumbled.
They didn't. They hit
After you
shots.
had that big lead. They made some big shots.
Three
They
shots
they
in a
stayed in the
row.
game.
Yes.
And that's not something you can't overlook that. And
But it's
when
at
I saw,
home.
no, I
But it's
mean,
at home.
yeah, but still,
Omar's like, I ain't listening to this.
but still, they still have a game. They have another game in Toronto,
Right. But
so it's
there's
1
two
and
in
1.
Cleveland.
It's one-
Yeah, but it's 1-1, and who knows? Game 7,
It's not going to go.
pressure on LeBron.
I call 6.
Hey.
Cleveland in 6.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, I hope you're right.
If
For LeBron's
Cleveland-
Game
sake,
over.
If Cleveland loses Game 5, it's over in 6 for Toronto. Like Toronto.
No.
through in 6.
even I honestly think it goes to 7.
Yeah, you think so?
I think it goes to 7.
Yeah.
Toronto is not going to lose at home. So even if Cleveland wins,
Is it
they have
because of
to win it.
Drake? Do you think it's because of Drake?
Drake? Who's that? He left Popcorn off the album. Who's Drake?
Oh, you did? Yeah. It's true. God.
I don't get that reference.
No, but
No,
OKC
so this Jamaican guy, Popcorn.
Tell me.
Yeah, he was on this single with Drake, Controller.
Yep.
And,
Dude, which is a good song, but it doesn't feel right.
Right, yeah.
It feels like something is considerably missing. Like,
Yeah.
where's that part there that's not?
It's not there. Where's
Right,
that?
yeah.
Because
But no, I mean,
because he done a very good job in that part of the song.
yeah, he did a great
So
job.
After you
but-
take him out, it's like,
Eh.
Yeah, well, it was like the song "Waves" was about to get removed off of the Life of Picasso off of Ye's last album,
yeah,
and they fought to get it back on, and it's like the best song on the album. And you go, just some people just they get too big and they don't listen.
Yeah,
So
I mean, no, I'm joking
going
though.
down- we're going down
I'm
the road
joking
there.
though,
We're
but
not gonna
I
be able
still
to
think
stop
that
you.
Andy's like, yeah, that sounds yeah, okay, all right, controller, whatever. All right.
All my hip hop knowledge is from this
yeah,
guy.
okay.
It's all
No, I'm joking though, but I still think that they have something special. That Raptors team, plus it would be good for the game of basketball if the Raptors and OKC makes it to the finals.
You know the NBA doesn't want that, right? There's no way they want Toronto and OKC. You know this. They want Golden State and they want Cleveland. So
Yeah.
I'm going to say this. I am a firm believer that the NBA is rigged severely.
Someone said
I
that to me. Who said that? Someone said that to
I
me a
think
couple days
OKC
ago.
can make it. OKC and Cleveland can make it because
But-
it's a LeBron versus Durant.
Yep.
But you cannot have OKC in Toronto.
Yeah,
There's
yeah,
no
yeah.
way.
No
I think
big- yeah,
I think ref calls go real weird in Cleveland.
You're right.
Real
you're
weird.
Right,
Somebody
you're
gets
right,
thrown out.
You're right. You're right.
Flagrant two.
Yeah, you're
Suspended.
right. You're right. You're right.
So-
you're so right.
Anyways, so
So
what other sport do you play? Oh yeah, basketball. What's your
Yeah.
other sport?
I don't play any other
or
sport.
play or just watch
I love football,
American football.
American football.
Okay.
Well, obviously that's
Green
not-
Bay
Oh,
Packers.
Okay.
you like Clay Matthews, don't you? Defense,
No.
getting in their long hair, long
He's
hair.
a mean
He
boy.
hits
Long
people.
hair,
Yeah, like-
giant.
He's a mean.
He
He's
can
a
sing on Pitch Perfect too.
He's
Pitch Perfect too. Sings on
He's-
Pitch Perfect too.
no, he's a great player, man. Aaron Rodgers,
Yes.
of course. My my love for Green Bay started in 2010, not a long time, but I moved to the States. Green Bay had Atari Bigby, who
Yeah.
was a Jamaican
Yes.
guy, and I'm like, all right, cool, I'll just support the Jamaican, but then I started watching the game more and more, and Aaron Rodgers, the way he threw the ball, he throws that ball, it's unreal, and
on the run, off foot,
Exactly.
anything, and it's
And- yeah.
accurate and hard and perfect. Yep.
yeah, and growing up in Jamaica, I used to hear a lot about Brett Favre. Didn't know who he plays for, but every year he would retire and come back. But then I found out, he's a legend in Lambeau. So it makes me even, like that team a lot more. Track and field, my sis, she ran track for many years, Olympian, world champion.
You guys are
So-
very good at track though in Jamaica.
Yeah.
I said
Isn't
track and field. You guys are really
Yeah,
I
because,
really
um,
wish Jamaica would have like a superstar or somebody
multiple.
that can run really fast.
Yeah, listen. Asafo Powell is like the only dude who's like, you know what? I hate Usain Bolt. Like I know he's on my team, but I'd be the best runner ever if it
If
weren't
that
for
guy
Usain Bolt. Like
He
non-doing
was for a while.
drugs.
He was for a while though.
He
until
was.
Usain moved over to the 100 meters.
And it was done. And what's funny is I always love whose stand-up was it that was talking about Usain Bolt so fast. He gets so far ahead and he goes, I think I'll backtrack a bit. And he's like, he goes, I'll take a photo with the fans. He goes, and then I'll just walk across the line and win in the 100. I was dying, dude. I was like, that's so
No,
good. It's true. It's so with all that track pedigree, that makes sense.
Yeah. My sis, she ran track for a while, but I'm a basketball. I've always been a Pacers fan.
Yeah, really?
yeah?
Really?
Even when
Oh,
growing up in Jamaica.
Reggie, Rick Smits, all those guys.
Reggie was
Yeah?
it's a Reggie era. And again, it's part of me being a rebel because
Sorry, Omar. I'm sorry,
yeah, my
Omar.
brothers.
Yeah,
I'm
Omar's
sorry,
like,
Omar.
this guy's pulling my heartstrings.
My brothers. They were all bulls, and I had to go against.
Right.
And Reggie was like, one of the best players in the game, if not the best player in the game.
Clutch. Right.
Clutch, very, very clutch. I watched his 30 for 30, maybe.
Dude.
It's one of the
yeah.
best 30 for 30s
It is
too.
definitely one of the best.
With him going against the Knicks,
Knicks,
and
yeah.
all the choke and everything.
Yep.
The
I mean, he's a great
Oh, yeah.
competitor, man. I kind of see a little bit of myself in Reggie in terms of trash talking on the field.
Oh, you do, huh?
I do because for me, like
Look
I have to
You talk some
look
shit,
over
too.
here. He knows. He knows.
Omar, you talk
He
some
knows.
shit too?
He knows because even in practice, you know, he would dribble by a guy. And I'm like, hey, you think you could have run by me like that if it was me? So he knows himself.
So you shit talk your own team too.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
You know, but
Omar goes, yeah, I could have, but you would have just body checked me.
An instant foul.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so-
the other day he actually done a play, and I was like, "Come on, you know, if that was me, you could never do that."
yeah, so there's a lot of trash talking, you know, and against an opposing team, you know, of course, I told them, hey, you know what? If you try to come down this line today, I'm gonna tackle you as hard as I can, you know.
I
Of
like,
course.
I like
No,
how
it's-
Omar even his eyes got big. Like, I
yeah,
don't
he
wanna go
knows,
against that.
you know.
I'm glad I'm on your side.
So of course, so with Reggie and his competitiveness, his trash talk, you know, I always loved it.
You talk, Omar, are you a shit talker out there? You jab it up a little bit?
No, no, no.
Only to me.
That's because you instigated, though. He probably comes back at you because you
No,
instigated.
because I know if I can get past Lovel, I can get past anybody in the team.
Omar's like, I can't shit talk him because I already ran past him. I'm so far ahead of him, I'd have to yell back.
I don't know if you know the rules of sound, but he can't hear me when he's facing the back
Right,
of my head.
all he hears is the whir of me going past him. So it's good. All right, so
Awesome.
so let's talk real quick about the team wise, and then
Yeah.
we'll get into you have an organization we're going to talk about as well.
Okay.
So team wise, going forward right now, where we sit before your
This
your
is
trip
actually
to go
a Twitter
sink-
question, too,
Okay.
of how do you guys contribute to the success of Indy 11?
Yeah,
the Indy 11 team?
and the follow up of what I was going to say on there is, so you're heading down to sink the fleet, sink the armada, and how do you feel this season has been? Like, and what's your take on where you think you're going to be, and do you think you've reached your full potential, or do you think you have more?
I put zero limits on this team. To be honest, the way I've seen this team grow in 4 months, you know, there's no limit. I can't put any limit on this team. Honestly, when my first couple of sessions in the preseason, I was like, damn, you know, what's happening here? What's this? You know, but the more we started to gel as a team, you know, Coach Tim, he has great ideas. He's a fox. You know,
Yeah.
he's that white hair. It's
He is
not just
wily,
there
dude.
for
No,
yeah.
he's
It's not
wily,
just you know he didn't dye it white. You know, I think he was born that way.
Wait, did you hear? He said he's got special shampoo
Really?
that
That
doesn't turn
keeps
it yellow.
Wow.
He goes, I won't tell you the brand, but I do have a shampoo for my white hair
No.
that keeps it from turning yellow.
No,
That's it.
no, he's a smart man. He's been in the game a long time, and we can't discredit that. You know, he's win championships. But one of the things that he did in the preseason, I think maybe the third or fourth session we had, you know, and it was a game changer for most, if not all, the players. We had a training session, and within 4 days, everyone knew everyone's name. And mark you, we have at least 20 new guys here.
Yeah.
You know,
Yep.
well, I mean, the 25 guys were pretty new because
You've got like a core like 7 that have came from last year.
yeah.
basically.
So we have like 13, 15 new guys.
Right.
We learned everyone's name within 4 days
Wow.
of training with each other because how are you going to fight for the guy next to you if you don't even know his name?
Yeah.
You know, because one of my biggest problems in going into a new team is learning 30 new names.
Right.
I'm horrible when it comes to names. I'm sorry. You know, and
so
What's
we
my
should
dad-
be offended.
don't be offended. I'm sorry.
What's my name?
And
Uh-oh.
I'll
Uh-oh.
answer that off the air.
That was
No,
Chris.
but he had a training session where you had to call everyone by name.
Yeah.
You know,
Oh, that's awesome.
and when the session was over, I went home and I'm like, wow, this guy and this guy and this guy. I remember everyone's name. You know, and everything just started transforming. You know,
Yeah.
the team started playing well. Everyone started numbers, started exchanging. You know, guys started hanging out together. The first game in Tampa, you know, we were like, yeah, we just need to get out of this game, you know, without losing or something, you know, just try to get something on the road.
Yeah.
And to the point where we played against Edmonton here and we tied and we're like,
Yeah.
you know, grinding our
No,
teeth, you know,
No, I
because
saw your face.
you
So
know?
we walked over and we met eyes, and you
Yeah.
had a look, and you were disappointed. I still was like, great game, dude. You gave it everything, and you said it's not enough.
no, I mean,
It's not enough.
It's because I know I've seen how this team has grown. And as I said, no limits. No limits on this team.
One of the things.
Yes,
No,
Omar.
and
Okay.
it's kind of like it is with you as well. Coming in 3 weeks in, you've been here 3 weeks, and you instantly come in, and Coach Hankinson's like, "You're making an impact. You go."
You're going right in the starting line.
Yeah.
Enjoy.
What kind of steps did you make to make sure that you're like, "Hey, I'm going to prove what I got. That I'm not here to try to take anybody's spot, but I am kind of here to take somebody's spot." But
He took his roommate's spot.
Oh, shots fired.
but how do you handle that? And
Don's
First,
not
how do you
cooking for
handle-
you anymore,
Yeah,
sir.
This is an Andy question. First, how do you handle that? And then second, what are your expectations going forward?
Well, coming here and not because the coach know me from back home in Jamaica.
That was
I
a joke, of course.
Yeah, I just come here to work and show that I deserve the chance to be in the first team, because I don't just come here because I want to play.
Yeah.
Because if that was the only reason, I would stay back home in Jamaica. So
Right.
I come here to make a big impact to this club and bring something that the club been missing. So I just come in this team and I just said I'm giving it my everything. So I'm just out there playing every single second on that field the hardest I can to make sure that the club can move forward. So I'm just here for championship and to make sure
Here for a championship.
yeah, I'm
Score goals and get us
Come
the
on.
championship.
Yeah.
It's going to be all him.
And I say this.
He's
Sorry.
like bricks and title.
Yep.
That's all I care about.
I didn't know. I've heard his name a lot, when I was here and even when I go home, because I didn't play. He's too young. I didn't play against him or with him.
He's just a baby.
I'm firing shots.
yeah.
All you have to do is
But,
you're too old.
Yeah, it's killing me. It's killing me.
You just let him talk
But-
first. And you just say age before beauty.
Once you hit that 30-30, you could just say,
Yep.
You tell everybody on the team age before beauty, and you'd be all right.
Exactly. But it's funny. The day he came in, we had a bye week and we played a inter squad game, and me and him, we were on the same side. We played on the right side, same team, and I think he scored maybe two goals that morning, and I'm like, oh, okay, this kid is the real deal. No, it's and any soccer player, you respect professionalism, you respect hard worker, and you respect changes. You see it. And the moment he came in, right after that game, everyone was like, because we're in a new team, it's our family, and we don't want anyone to come and spoil our family.
Right.
No matter what. No, it's true. No one wants, because if someone new comes in, it means someone is going to go out, and someone who has been a part of the family for a long time. So of course everyone is skeptic and whatever, but
so you got taped to the lockers.
no, but like, yeah, exactly. You get a few hard challenges and stuff like that, but you prove yourself, you show that you're a good player and you came here to like contribute to us winning.
Right.
Trust me, easily. After the session, everyone was like, this Omar kid, he's a real deal. He came in, he had 2 goals, had an assist that morning, so he came in, as I said, he knew exactly what he's doing. He knows what his plan was, and he came in, and everyone is buzzing about him right now. So
I like how you just got Lovel to just start talking about you.
no, I mean, he's smart, man. He's a smart guy.
I gotta see a band of Don, Omar, and Lovel. And Lovel is just hype man the entire
I'm the hype man.
Smart gonna cook some good food.
If you follow me on Snapchat,
Omar
you see it daily.
gonna score some goals.
If you follow us on Snapchat, you see us daily.
We gotta get that Snapchat.
You wanna
deal with this? You don't want to deal with
Yeah.
this.
I mean, to be honest, the 3 of us in one place is non-stop fun.
Yeah,
So
it's so crazy.
Actually,
So-
Eamon said that even beforehand.
Really.
Oh, in the tank top.
Oh,
Oh,
my
shoot.
God.
it's a
Oh,
medium.
my
Camo tank top.
God.
It's a medium as
Really?
well.
It's an extra medium.
Extra medium.
Okay.
Every team. It's
So
Lovel's.
should I go into the bathroom and put this on and come back out?
No.
Is that what you
Don't do that.
I don't know. just make sure you come out with a shirt on. The women here can't handle
Every
it.
female in Chatham's gonna follow him.
Me,
to the bathroom.
Omar, and Andy are gonna leave.
Yeah, we have to leave.
But Kaluta will stay here and take
No,
photos.
but it's funny, man. Anywhere you see these the
Okay.
the 3 Jamaicans, like
He said you're the second. Eamon said you're this. It's good. You guys are great. You're the second best trio next to him, Nikki, and Colin. He goes. No, that's good that you have them on. They're the second best. He goes, but they'll do a good job on the show. Oh yeah.
Now there's never a dull moment hanging out with any of these guys on the team. You know, Amen.
Yeah.
If you guys hang out with Amen outside of soccer,
he's
like,
nuts.
He's
nuts.
a great guy. Colin, Nikki.
Colin just
you know,
talks some shit.
Oh my God.
Colin can talk
Constantly talk
As I
shit.
said, man, it's been a while since I've had this in soccer, you know. And I'm not just saying this because we're winning, you know, or being unbeaten in 7 games, you know, but it definitely
Say that again. Say that again.
being unbeaten in 7 games.
That,
So
that sounds good.
It sounds great. I mean,
I like
I haven't had this feeling since 2013, and I tweeted it. You know, probably get some crap for it, but I really don't care. You know, it means a lot to me. You know, I'm enjoying the game again. You know, it shows that our hard work it's paying off. You know, hasn't gone unnoticed, and it's a great team. It's a great team effort. And if we lose, I'm still gonna love these guys. We win, I'm still loving these guys, you know, because every single day I see them, it's never a dull moment, you know. And life is about the moments you make. You know, that's what's gonna keep you going for a lifetime. You know, the good memories that you make.
I don't know if you know much about Indianapolis's culture, but it is being a Pacer fan. There was that time after Reggie left, and there was like 2 or 3 years where it was just like, I can't even.
I know.
You
I know.
can't even sell your like. You have to be paid to go to a
the
Pacer
game.
game.
Exactly.
Indy are fair weather fans for the
Very
most part.
fair weather fans, except for soccer,
Indy
which
11.
has been really weird because when Indy 11
That's
came, it was
intrinsically with soccer.
10,000, 10,000
No, but
10,000
But
people
again,
all the time.
you know what? And talking to Don Smart and the guys who were here last year and the years
Brad
before,
and-
Brad and those
yeah.
guys, you know,
Omar, you had no idea. You just get on here and
it's like
it's gonna be
these
Lovel
guys.
show.
These guys. Sorry, I'm
No,
sorry,
just
but
kidding. No,
but,
just
but,
kidding.
but
We're-
these
yeah.
guys, they've always said
Super
one thing. You know, they will leave everything on the pitch. You know, they've always had great teams. Maybe they didn't get the results, you know, for whatever reason,
Yeah.
but they always put something on put a product on the pitch that makes the fans proud. You know, and even now, like, we're gonna fight for 90+ minutes. We probably tie. We probably win. We probably lose a game or two. But I can tell you
stop
what.
that right now.
No, I'm being honest.
No,
But I can tell you what. Every single game, you're gonna see 11 guys plus the bench, plus even our coach. He's fighting. You know, he never sits down.
Oh,
If
no.
you guys should watch
No,
him.
we do.
Oh,
For
we
90+
do.
minutes, he
We
doesn't
do.
sit down.
No.
You know, and you're gonna see a team that fights for that red, white, and blue, that checkered.
Yeah.
And he
You
kept
know,
an assistant that's the
big
same way.
commitment.
Exactly,
Regan,
you know?
Regan was one of those. He's the only coach for Indy 11 that got thrown out of a game.
Yeah.
And that was against.
No.
Wasn't it against Jacksonville?
I think it was.
No.
Hey, it was the.
When did
the
Regan get
Jacksonville-
thrown out of the
Regan
game?
get thrown out?
Was that Fort
Jacksonville or
Lauderdale? Colluder.
It was Florida.
When did Regan get thrown out of the game? Was it Fort Lauderdale or Jacksonville?
New York.
No, it was not
No,
at
it
New
was
York.
not.
You're out of your mind. It was in Florida.
Yeah, what do I know? I'm just a PR guy.
So
All right.
It was
you,
a Florida
You look at it. Omar, what were you going to say, though, about what
Regan,
Lovel was saying?
No, the reason for me, honestly, the reason why we are doing so well then and stuff like that. We players, we made a commitment to this club, not just to being out there to wear the color and to be out there just because of pictures and fans and nothing like that. We just make a commitment to this club that we dedicate our hard work, our life to this soccer and to Indy 11 because we are here at this moment. And the only reason for me we are doing so well because each and every player out there know what they're out there for and their job that they're out there to do. So every single one of us out there fighting for a cause, and that cause is to move this team forward and to make people in general all over America and all over the world acknowledge our club that we have something special because each and every players out there are very special players. They work extremely hard in training, out of training, because
Even
after
the injured
training,
guys,
in the
man.
kitchen.
even the injured guys, man. It's
oh,
no,
it's so-
it is amazing, man.
Because-
It's amazing.
when you can find a team like after training session, most players would like to go home. Players doing extra work,
Yeah,
getting those extra crossing,
Yeah.
getting those shots off, getting those saves. So you can see that those players made more than commitment to this club.
And it shows. Sorry. And it shows in the stuff that happens on the field.
Yeah.
If you guys come to a practice session,
Yep.
you wouldn't be surprised when you saw Nicky's goal.
No.
And Vuko's free kick.
Yep.
You know, Omar scoring. You know, the saves that John Bush is making. You wouldn't be surprised if you come to our practice sessions and you see the way we practice. You see the extra stuff that we do after the games.
Yeah.
You wouldn't be surprised that Don Smart is a great crosser of the ball. You know,
I've
because
seen that for 3
these
years.
are-
Yeah, I've
right,
seen
you
that
know,
for 3 years. That guy-
these are things that these guys do every day during session, after the session. You know, we're committed.
So I'll give you a. It's gonna seem like it's a backhanded compliment, but it's not. It's a compliment. So when we had Hank on the show,
Is this like no offense, but
no
I'm
offense,
about to
but-
offend you.
but I'm about to offend you. No, when we had Hank on the show, he talked about a practice where it was on a Friday
Recently,
and where his philosophy was, I want to see 9 to 12 minutes of just go. I want to see game, whatever. I want to see crisp passes. He goes, and on this particular practice, we weren't doing goal to goal. We were doing more in box like pass, right? He goes, and it just wasn't there. And I got done, and I said, you know what? This isn't working. Fucking go home. We're done. He goes, but here's where the compliment is. He goes, I was overly impressed by the fact that John Bush stayed. He got the team together. He goes, and they stayed, and they did practice again, and they continued to work. And then the next day, leading into the game, it wasn't the results you wanted, but it wasn't a defeat. It could have been. You could have left that with Hank going, I see that we're not prepared mentally, and it could have led to it. And then Colin on Saturday had whatever he said. He goes, the fact that he goes, this team decided without me, they got together and said, we're going to lead each other, and we're going to be there for each other.
I think like he is, again, I have to give him a lot of credit. You know, both himself, Tim Hankinson, and what's his name? Regan, of course.
Regan.
You didn't have to call his name
No,
out.
not Regan, but I'm thinking GM.
Peter Wilt.
Peter Wilt.
Yeah.
You know, they put a really
That guy.
experience. They put a good team together. They build a good team. You know, not just flashy guys, because there isn't any flashy players on the team. You know, there isn't any Cristiano Ronaldos who are gonna get the ball and dribble by 10 guys and score.
It's 11 grinders.
Yes. Every single guy on the team.
But
You know,
Omar
they're
might be able to
grinders.
dribble past some people. I'll give him that.
Except
They're
me.
trying to take it away from
Except
you.
me,
They're trying to take it away. Right.
Are we gonna have
Yeah, but-
we gonna have another Bush and Braun moment where it's like, I got a video.
I'm going to be up there on Friday and with the GoPro, and I'm going to watch this.
We're gonna get a
But-
drone and just have it focus
but-
on Omar.
Yep, but you look at it, man. I look at Bushy behind me. You know, 39 years old, making 6 great saves in Fort Lauderdale.
Dude, he
It
was
inspires
on
me.
fire.
Yeah, it
He was on
inspires
fire.
me. I can't have guys taking shots like those at him. You know, I look at Colin, who is a great leader. You know, me and him on the right side. I want, like, when you get a guy like Colin saying to you, "Good game," it means a lot, because this guy, he's been around. He knows soccer. You know, Greg Yannicki, you talk to him and he's like, dude, I feel young again. He's playing
You guys
his
have
best.
changed him. Do you,
Like,
do
Greg-
you understand
oh
that?
my God,
His-
man!
his-
Greg
his
is a big
game
friend
One of the
show.
greatest guys on, like.
We've had him on the show. He's
a
fantastic.
big friend of the
he
show.
played euchre. I don't know if you played euchre at all before.
No, I.
But you know the game.
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
You gotta learn some euchre. I don't know if you're a card player.
We have a big
but you're in the
tournament.
Midwest now, and you gotta learn euchre.
He's been a part of the card games
But-
on the flights.
But it's like guys like Greg Janicki, who is a
Really energized,
completely
man.
different player,
Great
and even
guy.
going up and just like having his face all busted up last game.
Oh, by the way,
cheekbone.
that was-
fractured
Yeah.
cheekbone.
So that was my fault, by the way. Did you know this? So I see him after the game. He goes, so I like that you waited this long for us to be Facebook friends. And the week that we become Facebook friends, he goes, and you shave your damn face. And I get my push. He goes, by the way, I can't feel the inside of my nose. I said, maybe if you didn't talk so much shit to me, I wouldn't have to punch you in the face. He goes, no, it really hurts. He goes, sorry, I don't know how bad it's going to be. So it was a fracture. It's
My girlfriend was his euchre partner during the tournament. They did
Dude,
all right. They
it's-
did all right.
No, but there is a big difference. Greg has talked about that, where the communication is fantastic, and he is playing different. But you four in the back have just
Best
been,
defense in the NASL.
dude. You guys are
Legit.
That says a lot coming from you guys.
Ridiculous.
But I
We mean nothing. We're permanent relegation.
No,
We're
I
always
mean,
Listen to our name. Permanently
Relegated.
permanently relegated. Always
but-
shitty.
No, but I mean, even like Don said it, you know, I've heard guys made mention of it like, Yannicky, what have you been doing? What have you been eating? You know, you look so much more
Apparently
happy
nothing
and you've
because he's
been
like super skinny now.
right. But I mean, he's great, man, and he's enjoying the game, you know, and he's been around the game a long time also, and he's someone, you know, you want to pick his brain and, you know, just try and learn as much as possible from him. Vuko, I told him, hey, can you teach me to attack like you do?
right.
You know, no, it's great, and I can name every single guy position for position. You know, it's great, man. You hear Keith Cardona say what he talks about Bushy, you know, what he wants to take from Bushy's game, what would make his game so much better. So guys are learning. You know, you have younger guys on the team who are like, oh yeah, what does it take to be a good pro? What does it take to play for 13 years, 12 years? You know, so keeps making the team, you know, so much closer. You know, and I think, as I said again, Peter Wilt, Tim Hankinson, Tim Regan, this organization, they put together something special, and I'm really happy. I'm really happy that I'm here.
Right, Omar?
Right, definitely. Definitely.
No, they've put together something special, man. Something special.
Oh my god,
You know?
that's the best
He
ever.
was like, wait, yeah, totally.
You know, I didn't do that, so I can get
Okay.
Omar's Snapchat information,
Okay.
but you can't.
Okay, so listen, I don't want to keep it forever. I think honestly we should separate this and make this a two-parter.
I don't think we can.
You don't think so?
Nah, let's just keep going.
All right.
I mean, we're almost done.
no, we're done. Yeah, I don't want to keep you guys forever. You guys have been so gracious.
Fine.
I hope this has
It's
not
fine,
been
man.
terrible.
No,
I
it's
want-
awesome.
I got
This is
really
two,
nice.
I have 2 questions.
Okay,
And
They're
they're
going to
gonna
be
be
a half hour each.
no problem. 30 more minutes. It's fine. That's all. There's still lights outside.
Yeah. Hey, you guys are eating for free. We can order some more food.
I don't know. I was gonna say if you were saying that you want to work on your fitness and make sure, I'm like, he orders a salmon salad, you order wings, and I'm like,
Hey, weren't
you
these
might-
wings fantastic?
Well, I don't know, he only had 3 of
What do you
them.
think of the wings?
Come on.
He wants to
Remember,
fly.
What do you think of the wings?
remember, I'm going down the flank, so I have
He's
to
the
have
fly.
the
Yeah.
wings.
The fly.
Well, Eagle Eye, he's got the
Next
wings.
thing you
Yeah,
know,
they have
next
the
thing you know,
wings.
Mark's gonna change these to Omar Gordon wings.
Omar
Yeah.
Gordon, Eagle Eye wings.
And these wings are great.
What are your guys's? And this is probably a loaded question. Your expectation.
Come on,
It's all right. Your expectations for the season.
figure it out.
It's
Figure it
this.
out,
It's
Andy.
this. It's
Figure
okay.
it out.
They can still hear us though.
No, figure it out.
Expectations for the season,
Wow.
other than a championship. What do you? I mean, it's obviously the obvious answer is a championship, but personal goals.
Personal goal.
Which one is that? Wow, what happened?
Winning the spring season unbeaten.
Okay.
One step at a time. So winning the spring season unbeaten qualifies us for the playoffs,
Right.
and then we take it game at a time.
Sorry.
Be ready for November.
Yeah.
We're just gonna take
Yeah.
take the headphones off.
Yeah. No.
Oh, there it is. We're good.
Yeah. I mean,
It's you.
winning
It's the connection.
winning the spring season would be huge for us. You know. So focusing on every single game. You know, come Saturday against Jacksonville, one at a time. You know, get a result there. Get a result in Miami. Get a result at home against Carolina. You know, bring in the
spring-
first
spring
championship.
finale.
Yeah,
Think
exactly.
how crazy that's
Yep.
going to be.
Yep.
Right?
I mean, I think
That's a huge game. As it's
Honestly-
right now.
honestly, I think the Brickyard Battalion, Slaughterhouse, the entire Indy soccer fraternity, they deserve that spring championship. You guys have been great all season. You guys have been great for the 3 years that the club has been in existence, and I think you guys deserve it. And the guys, we're committed to doing everything possible to win in that spring season.
You know, and there's no way I could not believe that coming from you. I believe that wholeheartedly, and you don't even have to say it. There's words that just don't need to be spoken because you prove it every time that you guys are on the field. I think you guys have done more. I wouldn't say so. There's always a level of expectations, right? when you get into the season, I don't know if you say you've exceeded or done what you're supposed to. I would say this is not anything that I would have thought like a way this season would go. I think, and I said it after the first game we saw him, I said, I think this is going to be a team that you are going to fall in love with, that there's a difference, regardless of the result, that you were going to fall in love with the way this team plays ball out on the pitch.
The funny thing
different.
is, it's even though Indy hasn't been a soccer town
right
up until 3 years ago,
right.
Your guys' style of play is literally the way that everything that everyone
Midwest,
in
Midwest
this,
grind. The Midwest
and you know,
grind.
the Chicago's like
Yep.
even me living in Chicago, that grind is a Midwest mentality. That way of being like, I don't care if I win or lose, I'm just gonna go leave it all out there.
No, I mean, and I said this, you know, for me, the fans are everything. The fans are everything for me. I don't even know. Personally, every time I step out on the pitch when I played in Toyota Park, I knew we didn't have the best team. We didn't have a full house every single game, but those 10, 15, or 16,000 people that came out, you know, I think they deserve, because they come to every single game, 30 minutes, 45 minutes drive from downtown Chicago to Toyota Park.
Yep.
I owe it to them to give my best, to show off my best self, you know, and after that, go to them and say thank you.
They're
you know,
missing you this year, by the way.
whether-
You realize that, right?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, Indies
Terrible.
appreciate. I don't know about them. I know Indies appreciated me being here.
Yes,
That's all that matters.
That's right.
You know. Yeah. But so I say that to say the Brickyard Battalion, Slaughterhouse, and all the other fans that comes and cheer for the team every single day. You know, we appreciate you guys. You know, the spirit that you guys show every single time you come out is what keeps the guys going, you know, because we talk about it, whether you guys believe it or not. You know, we talk about it that that extra 5 minutes that the Brickyard Battalion didn't shut up and kept yelling is what push us.
Amazing.
It is what push us to keep going for 90 minutes. You know,
I want to hear what he has to say about that. Like, it's like, 'cause, yeah, I can tell, like, you lit up again.
You
You lit up again.
Yeah,
You've played in big stadiums in the MLS, and you've had a lot of people around you. But this is
the
new
big
to
thing.
you.
Yeah.
So how has that been, though?
Well, it's great. Honestly,
Excellent.
It's just-
So okay,
it's just a crazy atmosphere.
Yeah.
Because when you looked at the fans and you see how they're excited to see you and how excited they are to see you play, and when you're out there, you're down, you're up, and they're still there cheering you on and fighting and shouting.
90 minutes.
Come on.
plus.
99
Come
minutes
on.
last
Right.
game.
Yep.
That just, even if you're down, you're actually up, because the voice around you
Right.
and the feeling that they're giving you, it just make you want to play.
It's everything, man.
Because most of my 2 home games, I don't want the game to finish
Yeah,
because the
no,
fans are
it's
so
true.
amazing.
I never want the games to finish, you, man.
I'm like, come on, can the game go for longer minutes, please?
Right.
You're like, I can barely walk
I've
right now,
always
but
said
I'd
that-
love to
Right.
have the game
So
go
I've always been impressed because in the Minnesota game is a perfect reference. So in the second half we go up 2-0, and then there's 2 semi-quick goals, and you would just think like the level drops, right? And then the guys like Peter and the guys like Mike, and all
Will,
them,
Mike,
no,
both mics over
instantly,
on the side.
no, like the fans are like, oh, and like even in the BYB room, and those 4 guys are standing up there, they're like, no, and they're like,
Good.
come on, you boys in blue, and then
Yep, we're doing
fucking,
this.
it brings everybody back up.
Yeah.
And next thing you know, the crowd starts going again, and then I can see like it has to have some kind of effect, because all of a
Yeah.
sudden the chanting comes back,
a big
because you know
impact
you
to the
guys have a
players.
dump. You have a dump where you go,
No, it's-
Because
damn it, how do we let this in?
to up to 2-0 and
Right.
then go 2-2,
Yeah.
you have to have a little moment that you're like, oh, come on.
Are we gonna lose this?
And then when you turn and you have your head down, and then you hear your fans waking you up and make you realize what you
Yeah,
have
man.
behind you.
We're still
and-
here, baby.
Yep.
We're
Come
still
on.
here.
Even though
Push it.
even
Let's
though we
go.
have those 4 capos, the Brickyard Battalion itself is basically a capo for everybody
Yeah.
else.
Yeah.
Yep.
The whole stand,
The whole
funny is
stadium
it's
starts to
got the
feed
whole
back.
side that when there's a free kick or whatever, maybe
Yep.
like you can feel the rumble. dude.
Played in many stadiums, man, but the energy here is different, man. I don't want to miss a minute. I want to play every single minute at home, because I want to feel that energy from you, from the Brickyard Battalion. A couple of home games, I cramps and stuff like that. I'm like, no, I don't want to come off.
Yeah,
It's these guys are amazing, and the energy that they're given, makes me not even want to think about, me cramping or anything like that. It's a great atmosphere, man. Just
I
to
think
say the
that
least.
showed too. Like Justin, poor Justin. We talked about this.
Yep.
So he was waiting to be interviewed, and the dude was in a full squat with his like arms just holding because he couldn't stand anymore. And it's one of those where you get that dump afterwards. You're like, oh, I think I gave it all. Like when you feel like I left it all on the field, and everybody lifted me on that.
Yeah.
So
Colluder, what do we have to give away?
Colluder,
What do we have
John,
to give
what do
away?
we got to give away?
2 U.S. Open Cup tickets and a tank.
Yes.
All right. So
This
we
isn't our fault, by the way.
we haven't done this in a
John
while.
wants to blame us for keeping you on here.
Listen, we haven't done this in a while, but usually when we give away tickets, in the camera right there, we have our guests
Can I take that
come
one?
up with a trivia question. Colluder could probably get you one.
Yeah.
So you guys need, either one of you, doesn't matter who, trivia question. It could be hard, it can be easy, but it's for the listeners online right now to be able to answer, get the tank, the tank from last weekend, and then 2 U.S. Open Cup, which is June 1st?
June 1st.
June 1st. Against Louisville. Which you guys better fucking win that game.
Dude.
Because they beat us last year, and we were so mad about that.
We've got something against Louisville, dude.
So, think of a
It
question.
can be about anything.
It
It doesn't have to be
it doesn't have to be a soccer question.
It can be anything you want.
I'll make it easy. I'll make it an easy soccer question.
I like that he even
And,
looked over and was like, Omar, do you want this one?
I'll make it an indie question also.
Okay.
Who is the all-time leading goal scorer for Indy 11?
Who is the all-time leading goal scorer? I don't even know if I know this answer. Yeah, I do.
Yeah,
I do. Right when you nodded, I was like, yeah. So, hashtag BYBcast. You'll get 2 U.S. Open Cup tickets. Hey, you guys signed the tank? You guys want to sign the tank top? A signed tank top.
A signed tank top. Yeah.
Signed tank top from Omar Gordon and Lovel Palmer. Who is the all-time leading goal scorer for the Indy 11? And if they don't get it while we're on the air, we can kind of have it go back after that. So you can just unplug me if you want to. I
No,
can
we're
hear
good.
everything.
It's all good. You're just all right. So let's get wrapping
Let's
this
wrap it up. Let's wrap it up.
What? Wrap it up.
I know.
Well, you can hang out after the show. We can talk. We can do real talk.
Yeah, no, real talk.
A lot of times we do weird talk off the air where we're real quiet. It's not the microphone.
So before we get off, I'm going to make mention. So leading up to this, everybody was talking about how they call you have a nickname, right?
Yeah, Turco.
Turtle, right? Because you're in your shell, and I'm going, no,
Where's
we're gonna
the
get
shell at?
I'm like, we're gonna get him out of this shell. I'm like, and then when you're like, I might need to ride over there, I was like, oh, this is the perfect opportunity. I was like, oh, we'll just go have a random dude pick you up, and guess what? You're gonna be broken open just by that. So I sent you that message on Twitter, and you put crying face on there. I'm like, oh, you just let random dudes pick you up from your house. Good luck with that, buddy. Like, I know it's indie, but this is dangerous now. So
it's just me.
right.
I mean, I haven't seen that turtle. I mean, the Omar that I've seen, since he's been here, I mean, it's everything but a turtle. I mean,
Here's your spokesperson.
Yeah.
Your hype man.
Yeah.
Your hype man's back.
yeah, have to hype him up though.
You got your own flavor
Yeah,
right here.
I need to get the turtle out.
No, we have a new one anyways. It's Eagle Eye.
Eagle
Savior.
Eye.
Like, we got a bunch.
He went from little small little in his shell
To
to
like,
Mr. Eagle.
Eagle Eye.
He's damn near a superhero at this point. So.
Yeah, most people actually ask me that question anyway. As you talk about it, why they call you Turco? Because Turco is very slow, but you have so many pace. I'm like,
It's like calling a fat guy tiny.
so I turned to them and I turned to them and I said, "Do you ever see a sea turtle swim before?" And they're like, "No," and I'm like, "You need to go and check that out. They are so quick."
I've watched Finding Nemo. Those guys zip through there.
Wait. I'm sorry. I guess I have to grow up on an island to see that. I grew up in the land of horizontal beauty, landlocked. Yeah. I have the White River.
Well, just check it out on the net.
Watch Finding Nemo. Those guys zip through there.
All right. So final piece. Let's talk about
Oh, yes. So, Heart of Gold.
Heart of Gold, man.
Can we talk about Heart of Gold real quick?
Yeah,
About
I mean,
t-shirts?
yeah, actually, So
So it's a t-shirt.
it's a T-shirt that I collaborate with Travis Shaw from Salt Lake, Utah. His son Griffin was diagnosed with cancer at 11 months. You know, I met him when I was in when I played in Salt Lake. Fell in love with this kid. You know, and it's funny. He is what, maybe 3 or 4 right now, and this kid, he's inspired me so much. You know, that I want to try, and I fell in love with just the cause. You know, quick story. I remember when I was in Salt Lake, he had a major surgery where he had to remove like 45% of his bladder, right? The morning after his surgery, I went to visit him, and he was up dancing, playing happy and everything. I had just gotten a hamstring injury, and I went to the hospital to do a PRP shot. And when I saw the needle that they were gonna, you know, because they took blood and fat from my side, spin it down, put it in my hamstring, I told him, no, I'm not doing it. And I walked out the doctor's office into my car, and I was gonna drive home and not do take the shot. And I remember the kid. I remember seeing him after taking out 45% of his bladder, how happy he was. And I'm like, Lovel, you're a grown ass man. You know, you can at least take a needle in your hamstring. And I got out my car, went back, did the shot. You know,
hurt pretty bad.
It hurt pretty bad, yes. But I mean, if a kid at 11 months can take out, you know, half of his bladder and still be cheerful, be happy, you know, that's the least I could do. You know, so I fell in love with him. I fell in love with the cause. You know, and I say to myself, even though I don't have kids right now, if I can help to find a cure, if I can help raise money, raise awareness to find a cure, maybe someday when I have a kid, hope, knock on wood, they don't, you know, born with cancer or have cancer. But if it do happen, you know, I would be confident in the work that I did to know that I helped raise money to find a cure. You know, or if I never had a kid, you know, just knowing that I played my part, you know, in trying to eradicate that deadly disease. You know, these kids, they have no voice, so I want to be a voice for them. You know, they're too busy every day fighting, you know, battling this disease. You know, and the parents also. For an entire year, I lived in Salt Lake with Travis. I never see this man smile, and I always think about it, and I said to myself, your 11 months old kid is diagnosed with cancer. What are you going to smile about? Not many things is there for you to smile about. You know, so I constantly try to be support to him. Right. You know, try to find ways to cheer him up. Try to find ways to help raise money for Cure Search. You know, so me and him, he came to me and he's like, Lovel, put your face on a shirt. You know, let's see what happens. You know, and took some months, took some planning, some designing, and we finally got a shirt out. It's you can go on my Facebook, Lovel Palmer, or my Twitter, Lovel Palmer 7, Instagram, Lovel Palmer 7, and check it out. You know, buy a shirt.
There's 8 days left.
Yep.
8 days left. You go to we'll tweet it as well.
Okay.
They're really cool shirts. You've got there's men's, there's women's, there's a long sleeve, there's a sweatshirt even
it seems
too.
to be all in extra small.
That's because extra large and Lovel in the world is a medium.
All right.
The arms have a lot of breathing room.
But yeah, man,
but 31 has been sold so far. The goal's 100.
Yep.
So we're going to try to spread the word. We're going to try to get on it
What's
too.
What's the
website? Bonfirefunds.com.
Bonfire man. Bonfire man.
You promised not to do that.
No, but that's what it is.
Hey, you can't resist. You can't resist. You had to.
What was it? Was it put on there for a reason? Right. It's bonfire. Right. You gotta start a bonfire. Right?
Exactly.
And then /heart-of-Lovel-Palmer. So that's why we'll tweet it, because you can't remember.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Just click the link and go.
And go, man. Support a great cause. Be a voice for the voiceless.
He looks like he's wearing a Cleveland Cavaliers jersey while he's playing.
No, I was in Salt Lake.
I know.
Omar's like, I need like 3 of those, dude.
I need a Lovel Palmer Cleveland Cavaliers jersey.
All right. So we had an answer. So I need to clarify. Indy 11 player that scored the most goals ever in their career, or just for Indy 11?
For Indy 11.
And did you mention him on the show earlier? Because we do have an answer.
What's the answer?
Klebs. Yeah. So Matt, which is Wakawoo 101 on Twitter, He's won. So Matt, thanks for listening. We will just follow us, and we'll DM you the information on how to get that stuff. So cool.
Yep. Congrats, Matt.
Cleverson.
Thanks for listening to the show.
Yes. So guys, this has been probably, and I can probably speak for Chris as well, by like top 3 favorite shows of all time.
Dude, it's been amazing. It's been absolutely phenomenal. I had no expectations outside of massive coming into this, and it's reached every single bit.
We never have any.
I mean, we should have like the 3 Jamaican Musketeers versus whatever those other guys call themselves. The other guys. We'll just call them the other guys. Falversons.
Well,
the other guys. We'll just call them the other guys.
Well, there's the Jamaican Falverson versus
the Jamaican Musketeers.
Oh, he's doing his goal stance. He's doing a Vogue right now. So apparently, Omar's dance is just the Vogue.
Okay. No, that's a different dance. That's a new. That's a
no, but I want to throw this gauntlet out.
Yeah,
I want the 3 Jamaicans, the 3 Musketeers, against the other guys. What their names are?
So it's Falverson. Yeah. It's Falverson and Big Z.
And Big Z. Okay, right. You want to throw Nicky Patterson in it?
That's Falverson.
Falverson.
Okay,
so we can call him Zalverson.
Zalversons. Yep. So the gauntlet is laid down.
I don't know if I can get mics for that. That'd be fucking fantastic.
The gauntlet is laid down.
You, Don, and Omar on one side of the table. I'm not even gonna talk.
We're just done.
Sit down. Go, guys. Yep. Say whatever. We'll do that during the break.
You understand?
And fall season.
The only people we won't understand is going to be literally going to be Colin,
because there's not going to be a game on Saturday, so everybody's going to be. So the Irish and Scottish guys are going to be hammered, and you guys will be fine.
We'll be dancing.
Colin will be like, "Where's my Jameson?"
Right. So it's more like we are daring them right now.
Yep.
Gauntlets.
Yep.
You know what? We'll make that happen.
Laid down.
We'll make that happen.
Yeah.
The 3 amigos.
God, I hope you make it out of practice. I feel like Colin is. Woo. All right, good luck.
Look. I have to stay alive, man.
That's true.
I think I can take Amen. Can you take?
I think you could take all 3 of them by yourself at the same time. Have you seen?
I'm gonna take my time with Colin because I don't want him to pull no muscles.
Okay, I don't want him to pull no muscles.
I don't want him to pull no muscles.
And we'll have Don deal with Nikki.
Oh
so we already have it planned out.
We
already have it planned out.
Yeah.
This is old school Sharks versus the Jets.
Oh my God!
I want this to happen so bad. I want to have practice. We're gonna go through this.
My God.
All right. How do the guys find you on social media? Omar?
Well, you know my name, Owain Garden, on Facebook and on
Wayne Wonder at what? I'm just kidding.
and Twitter, you know, Owain91.
Okay.
Instagram, Owain.
Yeah. No number.
16. Yeah, something like 16. Yeah, 16.
Okay.
Owain 16.
All right.
Cool.
Lovel Palmer 7.
Yes.
That's it. Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. Hit me up.
We'll talk about the Snapchat off the air.
Snapchat.
We're gonna keep
Owain 163.
We're staying out. No,
you're
we're
gonna
staying
get
out the DM.
6,000 followers.
Do you understand how much your DM is about to blow up? Well done, Lovel. Thanks, bud.
Don Smart. Don't DM me. Don't Snapchat me.
Yeah, don't.
It's Don Smart. Just find Don Smart.
Yep, just find Don Smart.
He's like, no, I heard that shade. I heard that shade about my roommate.
I don't want to get full. Because Don is cooking.
Yeah, so you're not gonna eat all the wings. What is he making?
He doesn't know. It's a mystery bag.
Listen, when he gets home, the pots are gonna be washed, turned down. No food for him.
So
he left some rice for you.
Before we go off the air, spreading the love. Matt, who won the tickets, can't use the tickets. So he found the second person who got it right. Okay. He's gonna give the tickets and the tank to her.
That works.
So Angela Braden, who is Cowpox81 on Twitter, has just won.
Congrats!
Congratulations!
Fellas,
thanks for listening. This has been Permanent Relegation.
Yes, this has been one of my favorite shows.
You're a hype man. Dude, I love you guys. You're
just gonna have Lovel come every show and be like, "Listen to Permanent Relegation."
Yeah, or just muscle people into listening to this. So we're good. All right, so
Omar. Lovel, thank you so much.
Thank you to Fisher Chatham, as always.
At Fisher Chatham on Twitter, at Caged Fear.
At Cibala individually. Look for our shots. Head out to Permanent Relegation. We're going to give our shout out to Aaron Gunyon. Always
writes
incredible
delicious,
blog posts. Have you guys read any of his stuff?
Don't. He says you've talked to him before though. You know this ginger bastard over here.
He's gonna tell you, I'm
Maybe-
sorry
maybe.
for the realness.
I'm sorry. I've learned at the early age never to read. I don't read the papers. I don't read the. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
But you'll talk to him though.
I've actually never said anything bad about
Yet.
No, but no. I mean that's nice to know. But
At
you know,
Egg
even-
Onion.
yeah, even like I've learned from an early age. You know, not to read. You know, because when it's good, if you bask in it, then you're gonna have to take it when it's bad. You know, not saying that it's gonna be bad, but you know, you just have to prepare yourself for both sides. You know, so
Away game
Yep.
away game at Jacksonville. You can go down to St. Joe's to watch the Champions League final between and Atletico, and you can come up here to Chatham Tap and Fishers to watch Jacksonville
Hala Madrid.
lose to our Indy 11.
Guijo, I love you, buddy.
Yeah.
And anyway, also there's an announcement tomorrow for a Mexican friendly, a Liga MX friendly that's coming up in July, I believe. That's at 1:00 downtown. Cluter, where's the announcement at downtown?
The Mexican consulate.
The Mexican consulate downtown. What is it?
331 South East Street.
331 South East Street. Go on to Facebook, Indy 11 Professional Soccer. Check it out on Facebook. There's
Last year was huge with Monarchus.
Yeah.
Which was amazing.
all I can tell you, Monarchus,
Morelia Monarchus just
what is
took over the
is
place.
going to be is much lower than what this team is that you guys are going to play in July in the friendly. So it's going to be a fantastic game.
that's awesome.
I don't think you've even paid attention to any of Liga MX like results.
I'm just saying
I
right
don't
now.
think you have any idea.
I'm just saying right now.
I'm gonna tell you.
They're up.
Yeah, they are.
They're up in the
Yep.
table.
Okay.
And then come to the U.S. Open Cup on June 1st against Louisville at the mic, 7:00 on a Wednesday. It's going to be awesome. You guys, thank you so much for coming on the show. I'm going to give you both big hugs after we're done.
Thanks for having us, man. Thanks for having us. And I just want to give a huge shout out to the fans, man. I can't say it enough. You know,
Yeah.
we appreciate you guys. We appreciate you guys. We appreciate you guys.
Makes
Every
you wanna say,
single
like,
every
"A la
single day
mercy."
of our
No, just
lives.
Out of mercy. Respect.
Yes.
Yeah, man.
What'd you say?
Oh.
Omar? What'd you say, Omar?
Yeah, man.
Oh,
Yeah, man.
yes. All right, guys.
Take it easy, guys.
Thank you.
Hey, can I get this one? Hala
Yes, you
Madrid.
can get this
Come
one
on,
because
Chimp.
they're
Hala
playing.
Madrid. Thank you.
He always